What is up, crew? It's your boy Kaycem, and on today's video, we're going to be going over how to draw dynamic leg poses. Now, I'm going to be going over how to do the simple forms, how to tackle the perspective, and of course, how to do the forbidden F word, foreshortening. Now, if you guys are new here, welcome into the Kaycem crew. My name is Kaycem, and I'm a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch, teaching everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, to all things related to character design. And I also work full-time in the animation industry for the studio that made Castlevania. So if you're interested in some free art education or just looking to hang out on a stream or a video, make sure to follow on my channel on Twitch, and also like and subscribe if you're watching from YouTube. But with that being said, let's get started on this on today's stream. So I've already kind of started off here with some of the basic shapes. I did this one for about like 5 minutes before the stream started. But I wanted to show you guys kind of what we're looking at here when it comes to simplified shapes and forms. Now, really quick, I'm going to go over how I kind of lay these structures out, because oftentimes people talk about wanting to do dynamic poses and they're so focused on this idea of foreshortening, but forget that the core fundamental of doing any crazy dynamic pose is to actually understand the perspective. Now, today's not a perspective stream. We actually released a video on YouTube recently that actually talks about perspective, so you guys can check that video out. It's on my YouTube channel. I believe it's day number 4. It's a popular video, which is really cool. But I'm gonna give you guys the TLDR here of the perspective we're going to be utilizing today. The main core components of understanding perspective is to understand this HL here, which is going to be the horizon line. The horizon line is also synonymous with the eye level of the viewer, the camera level, all of those things. It's also where a lot of the vanishing points of perspectives converge. And so it's a good one to know. I would say if there's anything to know about perspective, it's going to be the horizon line. Now, we're going to be using a simple 1-point perspective today, which basically means that all lines perpendicular to this horizon line that we're seeing here, all of them are going to be converging onto 1 point. All right, so here I drew out a kind of a ground plane that we're going to be using. And so all of these, if you kind of lined them up, I kind of did a very rough perspective grid here. They all should be lining up here to this 1 point. Now, what this means is that this square that we've drawn on this page here in perspective is going to be lined up there with the ground. So it's kind of a nice, easy way to kind of get started. Now, you might be wondering, Kaycem, why is this so important? I thought we're drawing legs today. Well, if you guys didn't know, oftentimes legs are going to be touching something called the ground. Legs, feet, all of that stuff. And so if you really want to draw believable legs, believable feet in perspective, and believable characters in general in perspective, you kind of have to know this relationship between how they contact each other, how they touch each other. That sounded actually really sus when I said it out loud, but I think you guys know what I mean when I'm talking about it. Okay, so let's go in here and let's actually talk a little bit about how to lay some of these things out. All right, so first of all, we've got here the ground plane. So I'm not going to talk too much about how I did that, but we will do a few examples later on. Now, what I did here was I actually worked on applying some of the basic shapes. Okay, some of the basic primitive shapes here of drawing out this pose. Now we have here this really great pose from lean beef patty over here. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to redraw it because it doesn't take too long, but I want to highlight some of the key components here. You usually levitate? Yeah, that's true. Some of you might be levitators out here, and that's fair. But for the average normie who hasn't learned the secret techniques, okay, the dark arts of floating 2 inches from the ground, this is going to be valuable. Okay, for those of you who are flying above, I get it. You're like, touching the ground, that's some primitive stuff. That's some basic human skills. But okay, so the most important thing here, guys, to pay attention to is going to again be the ground plane connection. All right, so pay attention to, for example, how the feet here are actually interacting with the ground. Now, I'm not going to be using the reference exactly, so even my perspective is actually a little bit different from what we have. Technically speaking, I believe that the horizon line is actually a little bit lower in this shot, but I simplified it a little bit for those of you who want to follow along and stuff, because I feel like I wanted to make it just a little bit easier for you guys. So we're going to be using a simplified perspective there. The horizon line is going to be a little bit higher up and closer to her closer to her pelvis region there. But the thing that I want to call out here is going to be this section right here of the ground plane. So paying attention to where the character is making contact on the ground is going to become really, really valuable. And then also maybe like right here, right? So we have some contact right here on the knee. So you can imagine here, there's a bit of contact there. And then let me actually, I'm gonna box it out a little bit more. So that way we have more of the perspective kind of being incorporated in here. You can imagine these are going to be contact planes here on the ground. And then last but not least, we have some contact right here as well on the feet, right? So knowing these things can actually help us out because they can, one, also start telling us like, okay, this character's foot is going to be this far away, right? Kind of like chess. Think about it this way. This far away from the knee, and it's also going to be this far back. You kind of see what I'm doing there? So I'm utilizing these ground planes to help kind of already establish how the pose is going to work. Similarly, we can actually use the same technique to figure out how far back this foot is. So we can say this foot right here is actually going to be a little bit this way, this far away from the foot or from the knee there. And then it's also going to be going back in perspective this much, right? So starting to visualize these structures and visualize where they are in space is going to be huge, especially when you start to want to do more dynamic poses and stuff like that. But also welcome in everybody. Thank you for the follow, USMC 93 and everyone else who's been following so far. For those of you who've been joining or who are joining in today, I would love to know how you guys found my stream, whether it was from recommended, whether it was from my YouTube channel. Maybe you saw me on the front page. I don't know. I'm always curious to see how people come across my channel. But I'm going to go highlight these key points here just so that way you guys can see them a little bit better. But I would always say this is actually the main sections right here that I would start off with, because I think if you can lock these down, I'm telling you guys now, you've pretty much gone a long way into already establishing a lot of the drawings. Now, for those of you who are curious, I actually didn't start off at the hips. When I drew this pose, the first thing that I actually started off with were these contact points. So I drew the legs, I drew the shoes first, I drew the knees next, and then I built my way up here because I think that, again, is more important, right? It's important to see the structures touching the ground first, make sure that is solid, and then build up on your character. Now, I'm not going to say that this is the only way that you should be doing this or that this is the only strategy, right? But I would say for those of you who are really trying to understand how a lot of these things work, this is a good kind of first step to be able to do that. But okay, now that we've done this, let's go ahead now and jump right into actually drawing out this leg pose here, because we've got a lot of poses, and I want to go through as many as we can today. Plenty of them. All right, so let me lower the opacity here, and I guess we'll jump right into drawing this pose. You found me on the recommended. Oh, that's super cool. Nice. Welcome in. You found me on the front page of the art tab. Oh, super cool. Also, Neo, welcome in. But yeah, welcome in everybody. If you guys are new here, my name is Kaycem. I teach art on Twitch as my second job, and my primary job is I work in the animation industry for the studio that made Castlevania. So I do that as my regular 9 to 5, and then I sneak in a few art streams with you guys every other day because I think I actually just really enjoy streaming. Yesterday, Panda, fun fact, I actually made a game account. I have a separate account for gaming, and I did my first ever stream on that account. So if you guys want to watch me play games and stuff, that's the account that I have for that. I literally just made it recently, did my first stream, and I was telling her, I was like, wow, I love playing games. It's so fun to stream games. I should do this more. And then Panda was like, no, I think you're just obsessed with streaming. I think you just really like streaming. And I was like, you know what? I think you might be right. I might have a problem here. No, but in all seriousness, I really do like streaming. I think it's great. Do you want me guys to go over the anatomy today? How do you guys feel? How about this? I'm gonna go over the simplified forms first, and then we'll talk about the anatomy, because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with all the crazy info. I want to maybe work our way up here to talk a bit about the structure and form. But what I would do from here, to be honest with you guys, is I would actually take the structures that we have here, and I'm going to start breaking them down into a little bit more organic shapes that I think are more understandable as being part of the human body. Okay, so the first one here that we're going to be drawing out, obviously, it's going to be that pelvis, right? A little pelvis region there. I guess you could perspective transform the ground plane to tune it, but that would limit the background composition to the model. Yes. So again, you know, you don't have to, I always tell people, like, use references as nothing more than a general guideline of where you want to go, but, you know, feel free to mix it up and match for whatever purposes you see fit. I think for this case right here, for this first one, we're going to start off with nice and easy, you know, simple perspective here, because I didn't want to throw you guys into the deep end too hard. You know, I wanted to kind of give you guys some maybe like kiddie pool. I would say this is maybe not a kiddie pool exercise. This is probably like a 6 feet exercise. You're kind of in the deep end, but you're not too far away from being able to swim back to safety. Okay. This one as well. These are kind of chill ones. Once we've done these, I'll show you guys some of the harder ones that we'll get into for those of you who are a little bit hungrier for more. Okay, we're going to be doing this pose right here, a very, very tough pose. And then this one right here. Okay, no guarantees that you won't be drowning after we do these two poses. These are tough. But we'll start off easy today. Okay, yeah, drowning is nice, or not drowning is nice. No, not drowning is nice. Yeah, right. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue here and talk about some of the, again, simple shapes here, right? So I'm going to be drawing out here just the pelvic region that we've got here. And, you know, I'm going to be using kind of a simplified bowl shape here. Nothing too crazy. You guys have seen me use many different types of shapes. So I'm going to be using a different one today just to kind of showcase to you guys. Just to kind of showcase to you guys that you don't have to use any particular one structure or form. Sometimes find the ones that, you know, makes the most sense to you, right? So this is going to be that form that we're going to be using for this one. A nice kind of bowl shape there for the leg to kind of get, you know, get a good understanding. Lean beef patties distracting. Guys, stay focused. Stay focused. Drowning is nice. Kaycem 2023. I never said that. I mean, I did say that, but damn, was that a Freudian slip? It might have been, honestly. Bro said drowning is nice. Help me, help. I swear I'm a regular streamer. Twitch, come on, man. Don't confuse me, guys. I'm a normal, chill streamer out here. We do art, nothing more. We're not crazy. Okay. All right, so we're going to be going in now, and I'm going to be kind of blocking in the general structure for the legs. Now, personally speaking, I think a great way to visualize the leg is to actually start thinking about the leg as kind of like almost like a wrench shape right here. So this is going to be a new one for those of you, and this is something that I've been thinking about more recently. But the way that I think about the interconnection here of the upper leg to the lower leg is that the lower leg here basically kind of hinges at the sides, and the reason why is because you have the muscles on the left side, which is going to be the sartorius muscle, the abductor muscles as well, and then on the right side here you're going to have stuff like the you're going to have the vastus lateralis, so the adder quad muscle, and as well as a few of the calf muscles on the side. So kind of visualizing the leg here as this kind of like hinge on the sides there can actually be a nice kind of shorthand technique that you can use if you don't want to learn all the anatomy, which is okay. You don't have to learn every single anatomy and name and all that stuff. You know, also thank you for the follows. It's Diavendel and also Chapo. Welcome in, guys. How action figures work. Exactly. Actually, yeah, that's actually a great call out. I haven't owned an action figure in a bit of time, but I do recall that this is actually kind of similar to how action figures are made. So you can think of it definitely as like an action figure if it helps you visualize whatever the heck is going on. Now, again, there are so many ways. You guys have seen me break down all of these components in different ways And we'll go over the anatomy. We'll definitely do some anatomy for sure. But I think seeing kind of the simplification here and being able to say like, okay, the reason why it's hinging this way is because of the structure of the leg, not just because we're arbitrarily putting, joints in here. I want us I want you guys to know that, okay, there's actually a reason here why we're doing it this way, right? Now here we're gonna have the knees and all that stuff in the back. Now for the quads in the back, or not the quads, the calves in the back here, we're not gonna do too much. Actually, I'm gonna kind of just keep it nice and rounded. If anything, I'm just gonna add a little bit more volume here, but also flatten it out a little bit. And the reason why is because on the back side there, when you have the leg bent in this position, you are going to be squashing some of the volume there on the back side of the leg, so the calf muscles and the fat that's around there, right? So make sure you kind of encompass some of that in your drawings, especially when you're doing something with the foreshortening and stuff. Also, Shadow Wolf, hey, welcome back in. David Bowie said a similar thing in an interview about artist growth and swimming it really hits right as an artist journey. Really? Wow, dude. I mean, am I David Bowie? I'm not, but that's crazy. I've never seen that, but yeah, I don't know. The way that I think about art in general is, I really do think art is in many ways a journey of self-discovery and a journey of being able to step out of your comfort zone. I think all the best artists that I've known and gotten to me personally have all gone through at some point in their career an opportunity to challenge themselves and be able to then push themselves to that next level, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys are met with these challenges on a regular basis. How many times have you guys told yourself one day, you're like, you know what? I want to try drawing something new. I've been drawing a lot of anime waifus. Maybe I'll draw some male characters, right? And sometimes you take that challenge on and you try to grow and you're like, wow, I've actually improved my skills. I can finally draw male characters. But maybe some of you have tried it, and then the moment things got difficult, you were like, nah, I'm good. I'm done. I'm never drawing men again. I'm never drawing women again. I'm going to go stay back, and I'm going to chill, and I'm going to keep staying in my comfort zone. Put an F in the chat if you've ever done that. You know what I'm talking about. Personally, I think there's always opportunities as artists to be able to grow and improve, but maybe we're just not ready for it, right? Or maybe we just need to kind of shift our mindset about these things. But I do think in general, if you want to get better as an artist quickly, get better as an artist faster, you got to be able to fight those moments of comfortability, and be able to push yourself further. And this is honestly not even, I wouldn't even say this is a specific to art. And this is actually just a life tip in general. In life, I'm sure a lot of you guys have felt similarly as well, right? You were kind of like, do I try something new or do I stay to my old routine, right? It's so much easier to stay in your routine and keep doing that than it is to, I think, completely upend something and potentially risk it being a flop. But I don't know. Personally, I think that's what makes life exciting. So, but yeah, I don't know. That's just my take. In terms of art, though, I do think that in general, being able to step out of your comfort zone as an artist is a huge W, huge win. Don't be afraid of doing bad art. Exactly, Mystic. Don't be afraid of doing the bad art, because honestly, there's no such thing really as bad art, right? Bad art is just an opportunity to learn to make good art. If you know something is bad, that's great. Learn what's going on with the bad art, so that way when you try to make the good art, you know what to avoid. You ever thought of it that way? Maybe that's just too optimistic, but I don't know. I think that makes sense to me. Whenever I make a bad drawing or a drawing that I think is not up to par with what I'm looking at, I actually take that as an opportunity to study it and ask myself, okay, well, what exactly do I not like about what I'm seeing, right? Is it that I don't like the perspective? I don't like the composition? And then I utilize that to my advantage to hopefully get myself into a better position next time around when I try to make something that is either similar or adjacent to what I'm working on. Let's see here. I feel like doing a step back with how I do art. I actually want to improve on understanding anatomy. Nice. That's super awesome. And also thank you for all the follows today. Wow. A lot of follows just now. We got a follow from Tazo, Culture Nuts, Okita. Welcome in, guys. Glad to have you on here. What did we do the last two streams? So the last two streams covered how to draw different types of legs, I believe. And then the stream, last stream was on how to draw feet and shoes. So we covered how to draw most of that. And now that we've done all the leg stuff, we're going to get into the interesting stuff now of actually going in here and drawing out the components of the leg and all that stuff here. But anyways, this is going to be the general structure here of the leg. You can kind of see how I'm kind of positioning all of these things. But now let's go in here and let's actually start talking a bit about the anatomy, right? So we've kind of simplified the forms. We've done all of that. Nice and easy, right? Again, you can do this however you like. This is just how I'm choosing to do it today. Let's go in now and let's actually start working on the anatomical structures here of this piece. Okay, so this is going to be mostly for those of you who are here for the advanced topic. Also, by the way, I do run ads on my stream every hour. If you do get an ad, thank you again for sticking around for the ad break. They do help keep my streams monetarily viable and allow me to do what I'm doing out here. But all right, in the meantime, I'm going to go slap on some anatomy here. Okay, so when it comes to anatomy, I'm going to lower the opacity here and let's talk a little bit about some of the gestures and forms that we're seeing. And then last but not least, I'm going to show you guys what things we actually care about, such that when we're going in here and, you know, when we're actually going in here and applying this drawing and putting in all the foreshortening and stuff, like what lines do we actually, you know, care about and stuff. So here I'm going to go add, first of all, the glutes. On this pose in particular, you're going to be seeing how the glutes of the muscles are actually going to really wrap around there and kind of create some of that squashing of the form. This is really great to pay attention to because it'll help you understand some of the pinching that we're seeing here on the muscle, right? Here we're going to also be adding in a little bit there of the side muscle, and that's going to be right here, the gluteus medius on this side, okay? And then here we're going to have the greater trochanter. That's going to be this bony landmark, though you're not probably going to see it on this model. It's just good to kind of visualize what's going on there. And then on the outer side here, you're going to have that TFL. Now, the reason why I didn't draw out the other kind of components here is actually because this right here is actually going to be the oblique muscle. So if you guys didn't know, on this model right here, you can kind of see how it tapers down onto this portion here of the pelvis. That's actually just the obliques over there. But yeah, welcome in guys, for those of you who are back from the ad break. Hopefully you guys are doing well. You guys are alive and thriving out here. Let's see. But yeah, let me give a quick little intro of myself for those of you who are coming in here for the first time. Also, guys, I know that daylight savings might be confusing because for some of you, I might be here an hour earlier, but hopefully it'll shift back for some of you. But yes, my streams do start a little bit earlier now due to daylight savings and stuff. So if you guys are like confused, that's just why. Shifts back next week. Yeah, for some of you guys, it'll shift back next week. But for some of you, like for those of you in the Philippines and maybe other parts of the world that don't really follow daylight savings, this will just be my new time of streaming on Twitch. Yo, ADC, thank you so much, appreciate that. Also, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. It's wild to see such a, you know, like a big YouTuber subscribe, and I'm like, what the heck? But yeah, let me give a proper shout out to ADC. Thanks for coming in, guys. Check out ADC. They're out here on Twitch as well. They've been around on YouTube, and so they're making their mark on the Twitch platform as well. So check out their stuff. I'm doing well. We're doing well out here. Yeah, it's almost Friday, guys, which is, you know me, I love my weekends, man. I love any opportunity to not have to work and just take a break and relax. So yeah. But also for those of you guys, if it's your first time here, let me do a proper intro of myself. As the legendary Jay-Z once said, allow me to reintroduce myself. All right. I guess Biggie also said that too. Also J. Cole said that. Anyways, let me go ahead, guys, and hit you with a quick intro. We haven't done one of these in a while. Thank you for the sub, Vashi. But here we go in 3, 2, 1. What is up, crew? My name is Kaycem, and I'm a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch, and I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, and all things related to character design. Also, I work full-time in the animation industry for the studio that made Castlevania. Right now, I'm prepping to work as a character designer on shows like Castlevania, Legend of Korra, and Invincible. So if you guys are interested in some free art education, you like hanging out with my dog who is asleep over there, or you're just looking for a community to hang out with here while you're working, studying, or whatever have you, make sure to follow me on Twitch, like and subscribe the video on YouTube, and I hope you guys enjoy today's video. There you go. We haven't done that intro in forever. Oh, it feels good. It feels good to do it. Thank you for the sub, by the way, Vashi. Appreciate that. Yeah, welcome in all the people who just followed me. Esprit, Pixel Pencil, Ivan, and everyone here. I'd love to know, guys. I'd love to know how you guys came across my stream today. Are you guys here from the front page? Are you guys here from the recommended? Are you guys here from YouTube? Somebody joined my Discord channel yesterday and they were like, I'm here from YouTube, and I shed a tear. I was like, yo, finally I'm getting people watching my channel. This feels great. It feels good. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. But yeah, right now we're talking about the anatomy, so this is gonna get a little dense. All right. Yo, thank you for the 500 bits. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, hype train ? I don't know if you guys want to start something. You guys can. You know, we get a little crazy with the hype trains out here. I was in the Twitch recommended, huh? I'm from YouTube, but I discovered you on Twitch. Oh shoot, that's actually super cool. What if you have a pre-filmed intro like that? You can play every once in a while, so you can have like 20 seconds to drink some water and pick my nose. But I like doing the intros. And I also like having different shirts whenever I do the intro, you know? I don't know, it's cool. It's not a big deal. It's like a 20-second intro. I personally like it. But anyways, let's kind of go back in here and let's talk a little bit about some of the anatomy that we've got going on here. Thank you again, though, guys, for the subs and the bits and all that stuff. It does mean a lot out here. The subs in particular do help out a lot because not only do they benefit, not only do they help me in my streams and stuff, and they also give you access to things, but also they'll every time we do get 10 subs on my stream, it actually gives more art resources for everybody watching out here. And so it's just a cool way to kind of give back to the community. So thank you again, everyone who's been contributing, not just today, but in general out here. You saw lean beef patty in your thumbnail? Nah, she's cool. She's super dope. You know what's funny? I actually thought about this recently, but I actually realized that I met her last year at TwitchCon, and I just didn't know it was her. There was like this really buff lady that everybody wanted to talk to, and so I just lined up like the sheep that I was. I remember seeing her and people lining up to talk to her, so I actually lined up as well, and I was just like, hey, I don't know. I don't really know who you are, but I just wanted to say hi because apparently you're famous out here. And that was it. I didn't know it was lean beef patty, but I think about it. The more that I draw her and I look at her, I'm like, yo, this is that girl. Like this like really buff girl with glasses who was at TwitchCon and everyone wanted to take her photo. I was like, damn, I should have took a photo too. Imagine. I know. I was so rude. I'm so rude. I just go up to famous people and tell them, hey, I'm trying to talk to you because I know you're famous. What the heck? Oh man, yeah, that's just on me. That's just on me for being a goof. She does stream sometimes, mainly editing her YouTube videos. Yeah. So I need to go say hi to her at some point. Maybe we should do that, guys. Maybe I'll say hi to her and be like, hey, you've been a big help on my art streams out here on Twitch. Keep it up. You know, not that she needs to know that. I think she knows that she's doing a great job. How do we get our art in to be roasted by you? Right. So I'm thinking we're going to do the art roast this Saturday. And the reason why is because Saturday streams are usually my longer streams on Twitch. And so I want to make sure to give you guys a lot of proper time for that. So this Saturday, guys, will be the day that we will be covering some juicy art roasts. And I might actually try to roast you guys this time. Okay. I might actually roast you guys this time because y'all kept telling me that I'm not roasting. Oh, thank you for the 100 bits, Adrenaline. Thank you, appreciate that. And yes, you guys can still enter the what's it called? The art roast, though I will be mostly prioritizing people who come out on that day, and also I'll be prioritizing my subscribers as well too. So subscribers, you guys will get, you know, first picks, because why not? Subs. He roasts art. I try. I'm not even I'm not good at roasting. Anyways, I'm laying out here all the anatomy for you guys. Sorry if I'm just like breezing through here. I'll talk about it, I swear. Unless you guys don't want me to talk about anatomy today, we don't have to. I'm more than happy with just chilling on the anatomy. But basically, for those of you who are here for some good old anatomy, basically what's going on right now is I'm drawing out the structure of the leg, and what's really cool is the femur right here on the outer side is actually pretty visible, and part of the reason why is because there's, again, not a lot of muscle and fat there on that region of the leg, whereas on the inner side right here, you're actually going to have the inner medialis of the quad there, and that's going to be creating some of that shape that we're seeing, that actually makes it so that this is going to be a smoother transition. There is still going to be some fat pad right here, and so this is why you don't see much of the delineation right here of the quad muscles. But you could imagine if we kind of soften this portion out right here, soften this portion out right here. I'll actually do that later. You'll be able to kind of see a little bit more of what's going on there with the leg. Now, there's a few tips and tricks that we can do to actually go in and really kind of start adding in some of the foreshortening already. One of those things is to actually add some contours. So here you could imagine there's a contour around the leg here for the clothing, but even without that contour, you can actually still add some contour here, here and there to kind of help push the form of overlap for the leg. And it'll start to make a lot more sense when we actually go in and what's it called? When we actually go in and erase some of the lines that we're seeing here, because I'm adding in a lot of lines right now just to showcase to you guys where the anatomy is. But again, it's not going to be super necessary when we're actually working these things out, right? What the heck? Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Natasha. Also, that reminds me, I messaged you about sending you the drawing of Vox Akuma. I need to do that at some point, but thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Sheesh. Congratulations to everybody who just got gifted a sub. If you did get gifted a sub, put a clap in the chat. Give some thanks out here. Damn. Let's see here. The teardrop muscle. Yeah. Let's see. Hopefully I'm not missing any. I wonder what he'd say if he saw my art cartoon style. No, I wouldn't roast it. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to roast your guys' style. Okay. If you guys draw in a cartoon style, that's just the style you draw, right? So whenever I roast people, I always want to make sure I'm like helping you guys out. So I always say, like, tell me what you are struggling with. And then from there, I can actually give you more advice, right? If you want to do more of a stylized cartoon look, like, you know, like Adventure Time, Steven's Universe, or whatever have you, there are still things that I can do to roast your stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't necessarily have to be anatomy in the context that we're talking about here. Because I always tell you guys, anatomy is just the way to understand the body. Anatomy is the language of the human body, if you think about it. And so being able to understand that language and then translate it to different forms and mediums of visuals, I think is what's more important than it is to be able to draw perfect muscles all the time, right? And especially if you're working in the animation industry, which is like what I do, shows will have different styles all the time. There's going to be one show that's going to be super realistic, like Castlevania and stuff. And then you're going to have another show that's not realistic at all, like maybe Owl House or SpongeBob even, right? Where it's more of a stylized look. So being able to adapt to those kind of things and change your style based off of what's required, but still having that good foundation is, I think, the key thing here that I want to try to help teach you guys who are also, you know, trying to learn and all that goodness. Thank you for the hype train, by the way. Appreciate that. Sheesh. And thank you for the follows, everybody. Andred, Sira, and KVStrup, Buggy D. So many follows today. Appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. But okay, a few things I want to do now that I'm actually piecing some of these volumes together is I actually want to bring back here. You can kind of see what I'm going to do, Watch. I'll do it in a bit. But what I want to do now is I'm like, okay, I'm seeing the leg and I'm seeing the structure. Now we're going to use some of those measurements that we had earlier, and I'm going to utilize that to actually bring this leg back in perspective. Or not in perspective, we're going to bring it back horizontally in perspective there. And this will just kind of give us a little bit more shape and form to work with. So again, this is a great way to get yourself familiar with also understanding how perspective works, because this is kind of OP, right? Once you start visualizing the 3D shapes of things, man, oh man, I feel like it really unlocks a lot of doors of understanding. So I always recommend to people to start visualizing your form, start really getting comfortable with those 3D shapes, because once you start seeing it, I'm telling you, it's like something will click in your head that'll just make you like level up instantly. Because if you think about it, a lot of art is about being able to understand what's going on and then apply what's going on, right? So the first step is to be able to understand and see it. But once you see it, you're going to want to be able to do it. You'll be hungry to want to apply that to your art. Since you're in a studio who animates Castlevania, are you familiar with Ayami Kojima? That sounds really familiar. Kojima sounds super familiar. I'm really bad with names though. There have been people who've told me like, hey, I know so and so who works at Powerhouse. Do you know them too? And I'm like, maybe. I've also had people tell me like, hey, there's so and so on Instagram who works at Powerhouse. Have you ever gotten to talk to them? And I'm like, look, I don't know what they're, you know, like sometimes people's names on social media is not their name in real life. I'm gonna shock you guys here, but my name in real life is not Kaycem. Oh, what? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I know. It's actually insane, right? But yeah, so sometimes people will tell me stuff. They'll be like, yo, do you know so-and-so? And I'm like, I don't. Maybe I've worked with them, but I'm not going to go around and ask people like, hey, what's your Instagram name? Real quick, you know? Who are you? What have you done with Kaycem? You're right. I'm an imposter. The real Kaycem would never say that their name is not Kaycem. In fact, I'll actually have you guys know,
I'm actually Jason. Sheesh.
Yeah, that's me. I'm an imposter out here, indeed. Thank you so much for the 300 bits, Foresight, and for helping us hit that 1,000 bit goal, which you guys know means we're going to be doing a raffle spin later today. I'm excited for that. Your name is insane. What? No, it's not. I got a regular name. I got a regular civilian NPC name. Nothing too spicy, to be honest. Though I do like Kaycem, and most people actually call me K, both at work and I guess on stream. So I've actually just gotten used to being called K at this point. So if you guys just meet me IRL and just be like, oh, hey, what's up, K? I'll know. Yeah, but everyone at work calls me K. So you guys can call me K too. I'm a freelancer in a creative field, and I definitely go around asking for people's Instagrams. Do you? I mean, I think it's different when it's like a social gathering, you know? Like if I go to like a social gathering or something, or if I go to a convention, like sure. But if it's like every day and we're like in a work meeting and I'm like, you know, chatting with the storyboard artist, right? I'm not going to be like, hey, I know we're in a very serious meeting right now and talking about revisions for work, but can you just DM me your IG real quick? You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I don't know. I just haven't found the right time to do that, because I don't want to be that guy who like is just trying to follow people. I think if there were more social events at the studio, then I'd be more inclined, obviously, to ask. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't plug your socials during meetings unless requested. It's like it's just kind of weird. I think it's like super weird, but I don't know. I think if like, again, if I was in like a more social setting, or if it was more casual, then yeah, I'd ask. Do I hang out with people from work? That's a good question. I tried inviting some people to an event that was happening here in LA, but they didn't come. They didn't even show up. They said they forgot. You know what that means. Oh, I forgot. Look at the time. Yeah. That's next time. Yeah, right. Okay, I forgot. It's okay. If you're watching me right now, I'm not actually salty, okay? I swear. I'm actually not upset that they didn't show up. Oh, maybe a little. Okay. It's okay. We'll try again. We'll try again another time. Yeah, it's okay. Honestly, I'm not even a social person, you know? Yeah, I'm an introvert. I don't even, why do I even try to be social? It's unnecessary. Look at me in denial, states of denial. You feel me, bro? Thanks, guys. I knew some of you would understand. Yeah, it is hard because I'm in LA, but there are people who are in LA. Should have invited them for karaoke and drinks. Yeah, there you go. I like that, actually. Karaoke and drinks actually sounds like a lot of fun. But all right. So we're gonna go in here, and we got here all the calf muscles, all of that stuff. Here. Also, thank you for the hype train earlier. Appreciate that, guys. You guys are incredible as always. Giving me slight PTSD of our subathon stream where I almost went bald. Whew. But otherwise, thank you. But all right, let's go in here, and I'm actually gonna make this foot bigger as well too. So let's go ahead and change that. Boop. There you go. Nice and easy. And I think we're good here with actually piecing in some of the components here of the drawing. All right. Not a social person, streams on Twitch half the week. It's different. Twitch is different. Okay. It's not like, I don't know how many of you guys are here, but it's not the same as like chatting with hundreds of people in real life. That's a whole different thing. If you put me on a stage to chat with like all of you guys IRL, no, I don't think I could. I'd be super sweaty. But here I'm like in the comfort of my home. I got my dog over here staring at me, giving me judgmental side eyes. It's different. It's a little bit more relaxed, I would say, than in person. But yeah, but I mean, I would say in terms of like the internet and stuff, I would say, yeah, I'm pretty social on the internet. I like interacting with people and connecting with people and stuff. I think it's fun. But anyways, guys, let me go ahead now and let's talk a little bit about some of the components here of the leg that we actually care about, because you can tell here there's a lot of muscle and stuff, and oftentimes we're not gonna be seeing a lot of these muscles to begin with, right? So I'm going to go ahead and shrink the reference now that we've kind of locked that in, right? So again, I wanted just to mainly show you guys what the heck was going on. But let's go ahead now and bring this one up to speed. So let me just kind of take all of this, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna take this whole layer. Let's kind of bring it up, make it a little bit bigger here. Okay. And you can see, look at this. Look how this is kind of cool. I don't know about you guys, but I think doing perspective and doing poses like this is super dope. I don't know. I enjoy doing stuff like this all the time. But all right, so let me go ahead now and let's start. Actually, hold on. One final thing. Let me go in here and actually piece in the inner leg muscles. Okay, inner leg muscles, and then we'll be good to go. And then we'll move on and graduate to talking about what's it called? Talking a little bit more about the components there of the leg itself. Okay. It's a badass kneel. It is, right? And again, once you start seeing and practicing these kind of poses and stuff out, man, I'm telling you, it'll really open up a lot of doors for you guys to be able to start visualizing your own poses and start getting really more creative with doing, more interesting stuff, I would say. Okay, but now that we have here the general anatomy, and again, today's not going to be a super specific anatomy stream, but I wanted to kind of showcase to you guys where the muscles were. Let's go in here and let's actually just highlight the areas now that I actually think are going to be mostly important, right? So you're not going to see all the anatomy. And if anything, I actually don't encourage you guys to draw all the anatomy. Instead, I encourage you guys to be a little bit more conservative here with your choices, with your lines and stuff, and really just choose out the areas that you think are going to be most important. To me personally, the areas that are going to be most important are going to be the areas where we're seeing a lot of pinching and intersection of the forms. So that's going to be like maybe right here on the pelvic region, right? So make sure to have that section nice and dense, because that's going to help us establish the foreshortening that we're seeing here. And then we're going to also add in a few kind of other lines here just to kind of help establish some of the wrinkle there of the fabric that we're seeing too, right? But again, we're not keeping it, or I'm going to keep it super simple for the most part. And I'll show you the before and after when you look at it too. And wow, thank you for all the follows today. Wound Clown, Hemaverse, and everybody else coming in here. And yes, I know, guys, it's daylight savings. I know it's a little weird, so some of you might be coming in a little later. I apologize. Daylight savings is so weird. But yes, the stream will be starting at this time now. Okay. Though it might change for some of you guys who are going to be, what's it called? Changing your clocks as well in Europe and stuff. But also, if you guys have any questions, by the way, if you guys have any questions for me in the chat, please feel free to ask them. I'm always happy to answer any questions out here on Twitch, whether they're art related, life related, you're curious about my streaming career, I don't know, anything really. Feel free to ask it in the chat. I'm always happy to chat with you guys and open up conversations about things, you know. But there is something I did want to say after I saw a message earlier. All right, the boot camp. Yeah, so for those of you who want to join my boot camp, by the way, it's actually free to join, okay? So this boot camp that we've been doing live on Twitch, that I've been teaching out here not every single day, but every single stream, these are actually free to join, with the YouTube channel having already, I think, the first 5 videos already up on my YouTube channel. We've gone over the face structure and stuff like that. So I highly recommend you guys check this out. These are full length videos, 2+ hours long out here. And also I have cheat sheets and worksheets that are available to grab. And for those of you wondering why I'm even doing this bootcamp in the first place, the main reason why is because I understand how much of a struggle it is to not be able to join, go to an art school, to pay for books and stuff because you couldn't afford it. It was something that I felt like really held me back when I was younger. And so now that I'm in a different place after self-studying and all these things, I want to help give it back to the community out here and make art education as accessible as possible. The only thing that I ever ask is, if you guys want to, you know, get all access to my free stuff, just make sure you put the work in, right? Do it for yourself, be serious about it. And also, you know, leave a follow out here on Twitch and just let other people know that stuff like this exists. And all the stuff that I teach out here, by the way, all of this is stuff that I've either self-taught myself, I've bought books and learned from, so Bridgman, Loomis, all of that stuff, or stuff that I've actually gone to art school for, and I'm giving it out here for you guys for free. And it's honestly probably the main reason why I'm on the most wanted list by the multi-billion-dollar art school industry, because every time I stream on Twitch, they get one less person that signs up for their tuition fees. Hey, I'm sorry, okay? But look, y'all charging too much, and I'm over here giving out the same exact content. Sometimes, arguably, maybe even better. That's debatable. But I am trying to make it as free as possible, and that is what I care about. And that to me is a very important goal of my life, is if I can like, you know, reflect on my life and career as an artist and know that I was able to help as many artists as I could and help them achieve their goals, man, that's like, that to me is better than, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Getting a PS5, you know, if someone, like, one of these days, I already know that one of these days someone's going to come on my stream and they're going to say, Kaycem, I was able to get a job doing what I want to do because I came by your stream. And that, to me, when that day happens, guys, I might even shed a tear. We'll see. Here's the command for my portfolio. But you think that's a good idea? I think so. I think the iPad's a great tool. I'm a big fan of the iPad. I love it. I use it every day. I use it so many hours have been put into this one iPad, and I've had it for almost 3 years now. It still works pretty well. It's a little scratched up, not gonna lie, a little dented at places. But I think that's just normal wear and tear. And given how often I use it, which is roughly about 12 hours a day, it's actually held up pretty decently, which I think is incredible. Right. Yeah. Jimbo also uses the iPad. It's honestly insane. Jimbo, imagine how we're going to feel when that 16-inch or even 14-inch iPad comes out. Oh, it's going to be a life changer. I'm going to be such a pro. I know I tell you guys that don't let the supplies and all that stuff fool you into thinking that if you buy better gear, it'll make you a better artist. But sometimes having a few extra, a little bit more perks can actually go a long way as well. I'm also an artist. I saw you on the front page. Oh, really? Nice. And the thing you were doing is what I needed to learn how to learn. Oh, that's super awesome, Hime. Welcome in. Glad to have you on here. Yeah, we need a bulletproof vest. Did the pen tip last 3 years? Oh, no way. No, definitely not. I have a bunch of pen tip packs that I use to replace it every 3 or 4 months, I would say. Kaycem, remind me again why you don't like the 19-inch. Because it doesn't exist. There's no 19-inch iPad Pro. If there was, I probably would think about it. But I also feel like I don't need a lot of space. I think for me, 22 inches for a screen tablet is probably the most I'll really need. Anything more is just excessive at that point. Like, not to say it's a bad thing. Like, I just don't personally need it. I think 22 inches is what I currently use for a lot of things. Like my tablet and my other tablet and stuff. But you don't need 22 inches, I think. I would like a little bit more than 12 inches though. I think if I can get just maybe like 14 inches on the iPad, whew, I actually think that would be super nice. But it's good. It's okay. I think it gets the job done even with 12.9. Oh, and thank you for the follow. No ideas for nicknames. My budget, so I'm still sticking with my secondhand display tablet, but I believe no matter what tools you're using to create art will be much better if you practice the fundamentals. 100%. 100%. And that is what I always tell people as well, right? I always tell people all the time that the tools themselves will not make you a better artist. Like, guys, put an F on pause the music. Put an F in the chat if you've ever bought new art supplies, whether it's a new sketchbook, brushes, paints, brush packs, new tablet or whatever, and you thought to yourself, oh man, my art's gonna look so good once I buy this. Oh baby, put an F in the chat, because you know we've all fallen for that trap. How many times have I paid for Copic markers and all these other bells and whistles thinking it would make my art look better because that's what the pros use, right? The pros are using it. So if the pros are using it, surely when I use it, I'm going to be a pro too. Yeah, that's unfortunately not how it works, right? At the end of the day, it's the artist that defines the art. The tools are just the medium of which you create the art. You could give the most professional, high budget tools to a beginner and give the most basic tools to a professional, and guarantee the professional will still make a much better piece, right? Because it has less to do with the with all the gear and stuff. Though, again, not to say that better gear is something you should disregard. I think when you are talking about the realm of slight differences and improvements and optimizations, yes, 100%. Better gear will definitely give you better results. But in general, it's not going to be a huge jump. It's not a pay to win strategy, okay? Unless we're talking AI art. That's a different strategy. And we're not going to get into that today because that's a hot topic. Woo-wee. That's a whole different ball game right there. I've drawn better art with an IKEA pencil than I did with my favorite castle, right? Yeah, that's true. That's the curse strat. Yeah. As beginners, what brushes would you use, and when do we use different brushes? Are you talking about like digital brushes, or you're talking about traditional? If you're talking traditional, honestly, there's a few, like the square tip brush is always a go-to. Round point brush is always good. But if we're talking digital, honestly, it depends, but I would say the hard round brush is a go-to. For anyone starting out, you know, hard round brush, get familiar with how digital works. I think that'll set you up pretty much for a good majority of your career and what you use. I use a lot of other brushes for textures and stuff and quality. So I like to use so these are all custom brushes that I make, which you guys can take a look to, I guess. But the line art brush, I like to use it because it has a nice kind of grainy texture to it that is not overly a pencil strategy. It's not like it's not like the 6B or HB pencil. It's a little bit softer than that. But it also gives you nice sharp edges and sharp lines, which I think is really nice when you want to get in some line art. So personally, I like having something like this, and it gives me a lot of looseness to be able to go back in and, you know, add more details if I want to, right? But again, you can use as many different types of brushes as you want. I would just say don't fall for that trap of getting too obsessed with brushes. Also, Ricky, hey, welcome back in, Ricky. How's it going? Competitive display tablet, I did see some improvement after a few practices, so I think it depends. Yeah. So again, there are definitely some things that I think will be beneficial. But overall, buying new things is not necessarily gonna make your art improve greatly, right? That would be super dope. Imagine that. Maybe not. I don't know if I'd want that, honestly. I don't know if I'd want that world where you just go in and buy whatever tools and then you're immediately an Insta Pro. I like the fun. I feel like part of the fun of art is learning and growing and developing your skills, you know, sharpening your craft. It's like playing an MMO or playing an RPG game where you can go into the shop and pay for the levels, right? Which is, some people do that. I know there's some pay to win players, but I think part of the fun of a lot of the games and stuff is part of the grind and finding new things and discovering that and learning the hard way which things work with others. I think art is very much the same. Thank you for the follows, by the way, Hal and Midlaj, welcome in, and thank you for the 4 months, DYS, appreciate that. Guys, I don't know what's going on today, but thank you for all the subs. We're already at 7 out of 10 subs on the sub goal today. So you guys are incredible for that one. Appreciate all of you guys coming out here and supporting the streams. Do you do sports? And if you do you feel like it helps your performance during your work? I used to do sports, not anymore. Not as much as I used to, but I did do some track and field. I played a little bit of soccer. Football back in the days. But now I just walk my dog. I used to go to the gym a lot too. I used to be a gym head, but I got injured. I used to be a power lifter, and then I got injured, and then after that I just haven't been going to the gym, and I feel like I'm okay with my body weight right now. I'm like completely happy with that. P2W a system in art is useless. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. It defeats the purpose, I feel like, which I think is part of the irony of why I think so many people feel so upset about AI art and stuff, because I don't know. In many ways, I feel like it defeats the purpose. It's not about like, wow, how can we make the coolest thing in an instant? I don't know. But sorry, I don't want to get into the topic of, what's it called? I don't want to get into the topic of AI art today. I'm not in the mood. Have you taught how to draw clothing yet? Not on this boot camp. We're going to be saving that for later, but we will talk about it. Yes. We've done it last year, and I've actually done a few tutorials where I've covered clothing. So I'll show you guys really quick how that looks like out here. So we've done days like this where I actually go over the clothing with you guys and how pinching and folds work, how do you simplify forms using small, medium, large shape designs, how do you pick and choose your folds as well, all the different types of folds. So we have talked about clothing last year, and we'll probably do it again this year towards the end of the boot camp. Let's see here. Also, hey, Zelda, how's it going? Let me give you a shout out. Hopefully your stream went well yesterday. Let's see. Football as opposed to hand egg? No, football as opposed to soccer. Not hand egg. No, not the hand egg. Let's see here. Gotta earn that black and gold armor. I know, exactly. You guys know. The black and gold trimmed RuneScape armor. A classic. A staple. One of my faves. Let's see. If I missed any other questions, by the way, welcome in. Which actually reminds me, I know there's a lot of you coming in here just now, but if it's your first time here and you haven't heard about this yet, on my Discord channel, guys, I actually give you guys free resources that you can download out here. So you can download today's worksheet if you want to follow along. You know, grab this stuff here. But also right here, there's going to be the worksheet that we made last stream where I covered how to draw feet and shoes. And so we go over the skeletal anatomy, the muscular forms. We go over how to do the fat pads and all the gestural stuff as well. And then last but not least, I'm giving you guys this foreshortening exercise cheat sheet that I made last year, which goes over just how the simplified forms turn into a little bit more complex structures, and how you can kind of see some of the bending of the characters and stuff. So this is a study that I did from MDJ. But again, these are free to grab, guys. Make sure to grab these, but they are only available while I'm live on stream. So if you are catching this as a VOD or a YouTube video later, unfortunately, you won't be able to see it. Okay, so I highly recommend you grab those while they're available. And oh yeah, so somebody just asked, are there any tips on how to draw feet and toes? We spent a whole stream on that on the last stream, on a Tuesday stream. So the answer is yes. We went over the anatomy on how to do all that, how to simplify it as well. So yeah, I think you came in the right place. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I teach art out here on Twitch. That's what I'm known for on the platform. So if you guys are looking for some art education and stuff, this is definitely that stream for that. I don't think there's a lot of us, to be honest. There's very few educational art streamers on Twitch, and it makes sense. It's because it's, you know, I don't think teaching art is as exciting sometimes as other you know, categories and other even within the art space. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of other kind of cool, crazy things, and so not a lot of people teach it. But also, I think it's hard to teach. I think teaching in general is something that I've been doing for a good portion of my life. Interestingly enough, before I was teaching, you know, art here with you guys, I would teach computer science back when I was still a computer scientist, right? I mentored a lot of people as well back in that space, and I did a lot of like STEM tutoring too when I was in school. So technically speaking, I've actually been tutoring for a good portion of my life. And I like it. I actually genuinely enjoy teaching out here on Twitch. It also helps me improve my skills because I get to refresh, you know, get to brush up on my knowledge and make sure I still remember all the things that I'm talking about. But yeah, but hopefully you guys do enjoy my streams out here. And even if you're not here for the educational content and you're just here to hang out and stuff, I try to make it as entertaining as possible as well, because I don't know. I know educational content can be kind of dry. It can be a little stale at times, especially when I get into the deep, into the weeds of anatomy. Are you doing a tutorial based on the features of the face rather than just the head in general? You mean like eyes, nose, and mouth? Is that what you're talking about, Callie? Because if that's what you're asking, my most recent video, like my literal most recent YouTube video, actually goes over the facial features. And then tomorrow's video I'm going to be releasing also goes over how to draw teeth, mouth, and ears. So the video I released yesterday goes over how to draw eyes, nose, and lips. Tomorrow's videos will be teeth, mouth, and ears. So that might be what you're looking for, actually. See, I feel like you guys are like, Kaycem, do you got this? And then my answer is, I got you. We've done it. Though there are going to be times where I'm still, there's still a lot of things I want to teach out here for sure. But yeah, I would say to check out that video. It's a pretty good video. It is a sponsored by Skillshare video, but other than that, I think it's a pretty chill video. which by the way, my stream is sponsored by Skillshare this month. I always forget to say this, but if you guys just want to help support my streams, you don't even have to join Skillshare. But if you just click on that link right there, Skillshare actually tracks that stuff. And so that way they'll know like, oh yeah, wait a minute. People actually are engaged on his stream. So guys, please, even if you're not interested in Skillshare, just click on that link. It helps me out a lot. And you never know. Maybe you click on and you're like, you know what? I kind of like 1 month of free educational content out here. Maybe you'll give it a try. But yes, please click on that link, guys. It would actually mean a lot to me. I forgot that I'm sponsored by Skillshare. I'm sorry, Skillshare. It's just I've been so busy. I'm actually so busy. I'm a new learner here. Where should I start from as a noob? I would say start out with day number 1 of my boot camp, which is on my YouTube channel again. And day number 1 of my boot camp actually goes over some of the basic structures of the head, right? So we talk about how to do the head in simple forms, how to talk about some of the proportions, and then we actually go over some of the anatomy as well for those of you who are looking for a little bit something more advanced. But I always say, you know, if you want to first learn the fundamentals, start off with the basic shapes, right? Talking about being able to visualize the head and see the volume of the head, being able to draw some of the cubes and stuff. And then from there, we'll talk a bit more about the anatomy and how to actually piece the head together. Later, we talk a bit more about, I'll show you guys, we talk about the different facial features. We talk about drawing characters in perspective. We talk about all of this stuff. There's so many things we cover on my streams. But I would say as a beginner, definitely start off with day number 1. Get yourself familiar with the anatomy of the head, because I think that's going to be a main, you know, thing that you're going to have to draw regularly, right? You're going to have to draw the head pretty consistently when you're drawing in general. So might as well learn how to do it right, or at least not do it right, but like do it in a way that makes sense to you. Because there is no right or wrong way to draw heads and to draw in general. I'm just showing you one way that I know of to better observe and study drawing these things. And wow, thank you for all the follows today. Appreciate that, guys. Sheesh. All right, but I think we've got here, I think we've finished up here the drawing of this leg in kind of in perspective here. Hopefully this one was helpful to see. I think this is a really fun one out here to do. Highly recommend you guys tackling this one as well. I think it'll be a fun experience, if not a difficult one. Difficult, yes. Fun, it can also be that. But let me go ahead and just kind of clean up a few things here. All right, cool. So we got here, I'll show you guys the before and after. So here's the anatomical forms that I showed you guys. And notice here how once you kind of move and kind of get rid of all the anatomical forms, this is like some of the components that I care about here when it comes to actually drawing out the character, right? I don't care too much about all the details, though you could add all the muscles if you really want to. Personally, I find that it's okay. You don't need to add every single muscle group and muscle denotion. Even some of this I could simplify further as well too. No way. Thank you so much, Mr. Z-Fire. Appreciate the 3 gifted subs out here to Mammut, Comet, and Cactus. And also, guys, what that means, we've actually unlocked another cheat sheet here, which is free to grab. So everybody in the chat, put in some CLAPs in the chat one time. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead, guys, and give you another sheet because we've hit our 10 sub goal. If you guys didn't know, every 10 subs on my stream actually unlocks a free sheet for everybody out here, not just for the people who are subscribed. And so thank you for helping contribute to making art education more accessible out here on Twitch. Let me give you guys this sheet right here. This is a good one, I think, for drawing legs. Okay, so let me go ahead and give that one out here. Again, it's going to be in the same place on my Discord channel, so make sure you go here on the Discord and grab this sheet. I'm posting it right now. It'll be up right about now. There you go. So here you go. Here's another sheet for you guys. Everybody grab this. It's free to grab. And also thank you again, everybody, for all the gifted subs and stuff. Also, here's my YouTube video that I talked about earlier. This is the how to draw facial features. That's this one right here. Day number 5. Okay. But yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate the generosity. Your stream appeared on my Twitch very conveniently. Me and my friend just restarted our own art study sessions recently. Oh, that's super dope. Nice. Glad to have you on here. No ideas for nicknames. I hope you've been enjoying the stream so far. And Adorn Main, welcome in as well. Let me read this message. I've been doing art for a couple of years now, and I agree that anatomy is one of the keys to learning art and a really strong place to learn so you can feel somewhat comfortable moving forward. 100%. Yes. Welcome in, by the way, Adorn Main. Thank you for the follow. Pelvix. That's a great name. Like pelvis. Yo, how's it going? Clap. I forgot to reply to your message, but I saw it yesterday while I was working, but I just wanted to say you're all good. I love your energy out here, Clap. Keep doing you. Keep being wild. Keep trolling out here. Just keep doing what you're doing. I love it. I think people like you are what make my community as fun and entertaining as it is, along with all the, all the educational stuff I do out here. Yeah. I just haven't had time to reply to your message because you messaged me while I was in a meeting and I was like, whatever. I'm sure they're cool. I'm sure they're cool with me not replying. Yeah, I'll just say it. I'll just say it IRL, But anyways, guys, gratitude for not mispronouncing your name. How do people say it? Pelvikes? I don't know. Like, how else would you say that name? What the heck? Pelvikes? Pylvicus? I don't know, man. That's to me, it's pelvics. It just makes sense. I'm not gonna try. Yeah, let's just not even. Introduce me to your dog. Oh yeah, that's my dog. His name is Arrow. He's a very chill boy, but I'll give him a treat for you guys. He's turning 6 in a few months actually, so he's slowly becoming an old boy, but still my baby dog. I've had him since he was a puppy, since he was 8 weeks old. So we've been together for a lot, haven't we, buddy? Come here, bud. Everyone wants to say hi to you, apparently. Come here. Come here. Ah, good boy. Good boy, Arrow. His name is Arrow. He's an Akita. Yes, who's your good boy? Kiss. 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 Come on. Rude. All right. I'll give him another treat. Man, he always does this to me on stream. Why does he? I swear he doesn't do that he doesn't do that in real life, okay? It's just on stream. No. Hey, no. This is not denied. This is not denied. He's just doing it on stream. He's also an entertainer, I swear. He kisses me all the time, okay? He actually loves me. Hey. Yeah, he's just camera shy. All right. I swear. Here you go, buddy. There you go. Here's a treat for you. Nah, he's also a streamer. He knows what people like on Twitch. That's rough though. That was embarrassing. Nah, but he's a great dog. He's a great dog. I think Akitas in general are one of my favorite dogs. They're so moody. There's a word for it in anime. It's called tsundere. I don't know if you guys know that. It's I'm gonna write it down. I think it's like this. Tsundere, like that. I feel like that describes my dog perfectly. Yeah, tsundere. There you go. My bad. Tsundere. Tsundere. Yeah, there you go. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. That actually describes him 100%. He just doesn't. It gives me the no affection side eye, but you know what? Those like 2 seconds of affection that he gives me is like everything. It's everything. But he's a great dog. It's not like he loves you or anything. Yeah, baka. He's just like, it's not like I care about you, baka. I'm like, okay, sorry. He's super chill. How did you decide on the name Arrow? I decided on the name Arrow because when he was a puppy, The mask on his face that you can kind of see. Let me see if I can kind of zoom in. Okay, he's doing some TOS right now, but the mask on his face was like really big because obviously he's a puppy, so his head was really big in relation to the rest of his body, and so his mask actually kind of looked like an arrow, like the one that you would shoot from a bow. And it was like instant. I was like, okay, it's got to be arrow. But also because I'm a big fan of Avatar, Avatar: The Last Airbender as well. And so I thought it was kind of dope that my dog had an arrow on his face. Yeah, arrow like this. There you go. Not like aerodynamics. But yeah, that's how I named him. Named him Arrow because of his face mask. You know, I've been thinking about getting another dog though, and I think he knows. I think my dog knows. He's like, don't do it. Don't do it. We don't need another one in this house. But what if we did? What if we did get another one, you know? I don't know, guys. I think that would be fun. I've been thinking about it. Would it be another Akita? Possibly. I love Akitas. Maybe this one will give you affection on stream. Yeah, I'm gonna make that one a stream pupper. That if I do get another dog, I'm gonna train that dog to give me affection on stream. We'll see. We'll see about that. How do you make a living out of drawing? Oh yeah, okay, sorry, I haven't given an intro of myself in a bit of time, but here's a little intro of myself for those of you guys who are new here. Welcome in. My name is Kaycem. I'm a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch, and I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective to all things related to character design. And I also work full-time in the animation industry for the studio that made Castlevania. Currently right now prepping to work as a character designer on shows like Castlevania, Legend of Korra, and Invincible. So if you guys are interested in some free art education, or you're looking just to hang out with my dog who's over there, make sure to leave a follow out here on Twitch. Also subscribe and like the video if you're watching from YouTube. But yeah, so how do I make a living? The answer is one, I basically teach out here on Twitch, and so this is my side gig that I do right now, so doing a little bit of that. But then also my main gig of what I do as an artist is I work in a studio. So I work at a studio, I do art there for the studio, and it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good so far. But I would say in general, there's many different ways to make money as an artist. You can make money from doing commission work. You can make money from working at a studio. You can make money from going to gallery showings. You can make money from advertisements. You can make money from many different ways. You can make money as a content creator as well. That's kind of partially what I do here. So a lot of my income, fun fact guys, actually comes from sponsors and stuff like that, because you know, they will give you the big bucos to do stuff. And so that's why I always try to pick up some sponsors here and there, because I want to, you know, make it so that I can make my content as free and as accessible as possible. So yeah, there you go. Skillshare link, actually. Yeah, help click on that. That'll be great. Where do you get your references from? Instagram, Pinterest, and DeviantArt are my go-to. Do you do art correction sessions? Yeah, we do them every other month. So there's one actually happening this Saturday, Hime. We call them art roasts and art critiques, but I'll show you kind of what they look like. But I know who you're talking about, Saito and Naoki. This is kind of what we do, where I show you guys like this drawing, for example, that someone submitted, and I go over some of the things they might be struggling with and kind of fix it up for them. So we do stuff like this all the time, where I go over and fix up some people's art based off of what they're asking for. Obviously, if you're not asking for help, I'm not gonna give you the help, because I don't want to just draw over people's stuff because they say so, because I think it sucks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we do a few of those. One's happening this Saturday, so I highly recommend. And thank you for the 6 months, the Demir. Appreciate that. Is it easier to get accepted and work for a studio than to work as a freelancer? I think it depends. I think it actually depends a whole lot. It depends on the studio. It depends on the industry. It depends on the type of freelance you're doing. Personally, I actually think it's the opposite. I think it might actually be better, or it's easier to find work as a freelancer, but I think it's harder to sustain a stable income as a freelancer, at least at the start. So if you're looking for stability, right, I would say look to do studio work, though it's a little bit harder to get into. But if you're looking for getting work right away and potentially even getting paid more, freelance is probably the way to go. And it's a lot easier to get started with freelance. Though, again, I think it's harder to be consistent with freelance. So usually you'll have to pick up multiple jobs, and sometimes you'll have a month or two that's really busy, and then you'll have another month where it's not busy at all. So I actually did freelancing for a whole year, which was pretty fun, but also pretty stressful. Also, really quick, guys, I do run ads on my stream every hour, so if you do get an ad, thank you again for sticking around for the ad break. They do, again, help keep my streams monetarily viable out here on Twitch. But if you don't want to see any ads, consider subscribing or using a Prime sub out here on Twitch. But with that being said, I hope to see you guys after the ad break. And yeah, thank you for watching my streams. Nice. There you go. Look at that. Legs. Leggies. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe we don't need the orange thing. Okay, but there you go. So we've done one leg out here today, guys. Let's go in and knock out another one. All right. So we have here, I think we'll only have time to do 3 poses today. So we've already done one of these today. Shout out to Lean Beef Patty for being an incredible reference. We're going to put Lean Beef Patty away for now. And I'm going to move this reference right here. I'm going to chop out this side as well too. I'm going to move this one here, and let's work on this one really quick. So for this one, I'm going to speed it up just a bit more because I think we've already gone over some of the basics, right? Some of the core components that we've been talking about here. So I think we'll be good to kind of just move in here and jump in on this one right away. So this will be more of an exercise. And then from there, we're going to do, once we finish this one, we're going to choose either between doing this pose right here, if we're feeling brave enough, or we're going to do this pose right here, which I think is a little bit easier, but still more difficult than the other 2 poses that we're going to be knocking out. Okay, so we can choose. I'll let you guys choose between this one or this one. Both are going to be tough, I think, personally. This is going to be the toughest one. This is like a level 4. Okay, so this is like level 2. These are level 2. These are level 3, and then this is like a level 4 dynamic pose. So we'll see. But anyways, let's get started on this pose right here. I'm going to go speed run on this one a bit more. Okay, guys, so just hang tight there for a second. Let's see where the horizon line kind of lands here. Actually, I'm kind of interested. So normally what I like to do is I like to eyeball the horizon line because I think that's, for me, more fun to be able to determine it myself. But I'm kind of curious to see where the horizon line kind of lands here. I'm expecting it to land somewhere along kind of that knee right here. Yeah, so it's right about here, actually, interestingly enough. So we're going to be using that, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lower the horizon line a little bit more here, just to make the shot look and feel a little bit more dynamic than maybe what we have in the reference, right? So this is a cool exercise you can do as well if you want to just change up the pose and, you know, mix things up a little bit more. You can definitely change the horizon line. You don't have to follow the reference all the time. Yeah, we did hit the 10 sub goal. Super nice. Are you the artist type with 100+ layers or merge layers and paint over straight away? For personal work, I'm a 1-layer Andy, but for streams and demos and stuff, and for my YouTube editors, I like to keep multiple layers so that way they can work from these layers. So here you'll see how I have multiple layers, but normally if it's just for me personally, I just do everything in 1 layer. I'm a big 1-layer guy. I like having just the simplicity of knowing that I'm always on the right layer at all times. All right, but here we go. I'm going to kind of lay out here a grid again. And, you know, this is just how I'm laying out my grid. So I'm just kind of piecing in some of these components here, adding in some squares, all of that stuff, just to kind of help visualize the ground plane a little bit more. Now, again, I am lowering the horizon line a little bit here for this one, so keep that in mind here. This is not going to be exactly the same as the reference, but that's okay, right? We're not, again, I'm not here to be redrawing the reference exactly. I'm here to kind of have a bit of fun with it, but also go in and try to still cover some of the main topics here. A brute forcer, that seems so aggressive. That's super hard to see. Your take would be cool. Yeah, we might do the very difficult one. To keep your layers for clients too. Yes, that's true. Though for work, whenever I'm doing animation scenes, I have a tendency to still do one layer. I haven't gotten in trouble for it yet, thankfully, but I do have a tendency sometimes to work on a single layer. So I apologize to my supervisors if you guys are yeah, yeah, it has been going well. Thank you for the 1,000 bits, Tobach. Wait, did you know that we have a raffle spin every 1,000? Yo, thank you so much. How did you just came, what the? Guys, everybody in the chat, CLAPs. Tobach just came out here and unlocked 2 raffle spins today. Yo, thank you so much. It's been going well out here. Glad to have you on here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome back in, actually. I think you've been here before, right? I don't know. The name sounds familiar, but sometimes people have similar names too, so I apologize if you haven't been here before. But welcome in. Glad to have you on here. Don't report me to HR. Why would you guys report me to HR? For what? For what? For the lines? Come on, man. Thank you for the follows. Jerry Halsend, Akire, Art, and everybody else coming in here, guys. Glad to have you joining in today. Welcome into the Kaycem crew. I'm CCing everyone in the email. It's done. I'm over it. Yeah, you're not quite vocal. Okay, got it. Doing animation in a single layer should be a felony charge. Well, it's not that. I'm saying per frame. Per frame, I usually just do stuff like merge the line art and the colors in. I'll keep shadows separately, but I don't know. Okay, it's like, it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal, guys. Please. It's actually not that insane. People do that stuff all the time, but I should probably not merge the layers as much as I do. I don't know. I get lazy. Okay. I hate also seeing multiple layers and then being like stressed out about it. So I'm just like, let me just have my like 1 or 2 layers and let's be happy with that one. Single layer work in the industry is cursed. It's a little cursed. Yeah, just a little. But you know, I got my work done and that's okay. That's what's important. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Shaney. Thank you. All right, so again, guys, we're going to be doing the same techniques here that we talked about earlier. I'm laying out here the feet positioning on the ground plane first. I think this is always going to be really important because if you can understand how the feet are in contact, right? How they're in contact with the ground, you can get some really believable drawings there. Since we artists never name. Okay, so look, I actually name my layers. That is the one thing that I do at work, because if I don't name my layers, oh dude, it's a headache. It's 100% headache at work. So I do name my layers, but I also merge my layers. And so technically I only have like 1 or 2 layers to name. So it's not that bad. But yes, if I did have multiple layers, like 5, 6 to 10 layers, okay. Yeah, it's pretty rough. But also you guys have to consider too that when I'm working, let's say on an animation scene, right? When I'm working on an animation scene, sometimes I'm working on a scene that has somewhere between 100, it can have somewhere between like 10 layers for like a 10 frame shot, or something that's like 30 seconds with multiple different characters in the scenery doing different things, and you can easily get to like 200 layers. And so I've definitely worked with files that are 200 layer files, and at that point you're just like crying internally because you're just like, oh man, what's going on here? But I will say, you know, it's not too bad. Yeah, so like if you're doing like a 30-second shot, for example, and then from that 30-second shot you have 2 to 3 characters that are in the scene, right? And then it's just like, yo, what's going on? And then you have certain things moving in and out. So I don't even know how compositors, man, some compositors are killing it out there. You guys just take all the files and make some dope stuff. But yeah. I see art live streams on Twitch. I click. How you doing? Taking a break from studying hands. I hate drawing hands. Oh, well, welcome in, dear wise. Glad to have you on here. I think you're new here, right? Yeah, welcome in. We actually taught how to draw hands on my last stream. So if you're looking for a little bit of a tutorial for that, I would say check out day 15. This is where I actually go over how to draw hands. We go over the differences between the front side and the back side of the hands, proportions of the hand. We talk about the skeletal anatomy. And then we also went over kind of briefly how to draw hands foreshortened and stuff. So highly recommend if you are struggling with hands at all. That's going to be on my YouTube channel pretty soon, hopefully in the next coming weeks. But yeah. All I know about hands is just a circle and 3 lines. Circle and 3 lines? You mean this? What is that? What is a hand in a circle and 3 lines? Thank you for the follows, Dear Wise and Dim John Niche. And also Savage Killer. Hey, welcome in, guys. So many people coming in here today. What the heck? Welcome in. Hello. How are you all doing today? Welcome into the Kaycem crew. Right now I'm showing you guys how to draw these dynamic poses, these dynamic leg poses in perspective. And so I'm building out here the perspective grid, as you guys can see. Then I'm going in here now and I'm going to start building up the forms. So if you notice, again, I'm going to be changing up here the perspective of this guy, right? So I lowered the horizon line quite a bit, actually. So this is going to be a very different pose, visually speaking, than what we currently have in the reference. But that's okay, because we don't need, where we're going, we don't need references. Technically speaking, we didn't even need this reference to complete this drawing. But we're going to use it anyway, so that way for those of you who are following along can at least, you know, get an idea of what's going on and do it yourself too, right? Ah, man, look at this dude. We got a bot. Yikes. Not like this, man. We thought we had a regular viewer. Chat, see ya. Say goodbye, chat. See ya. What a goof. Womp, womp, womp. The art resources that are published on Discord are deleted after a while. Yes. So so basically the stuff that is on the Discord channel, those are only available to my viewers who watch me while I'm live. So if you're coming in after and stuff, you're probably not going to see those. Just a heads up for those of you who are coming in here afterwards and stuff. So if you guys are watching live, make sure to grab the free cheat sheets on my Discord channel. All right, they're under the art resources section. And then after that, again, they will be gone. So make sure to grab them. Don't procrastinate. But let me see here. Did you work on Castlevania Dead Cells? No. So I work for the animation studio, but I know what you're talking about. So I didn't work on any Castlevania games or anything like that. That'd be super dope. I worked on, I'm not even going to say, but but I do work for the studio that made Castlevania, and that's Powerhouse Animation. So they've done a few other things too, like Blood of Zeus. Let me think. They did Sesmanos as well. They've done a few other projects as third-party clients that, they did the Sonic, I think Sonic Frontiers or something like that, the animation for Sonic. Yeah, but I'm working on some stuff as well, but I'm not going to say, just because I want to avoid any potential NDA issues. Technically I can tell you guys, I just don't want to tell you guys. Yeah. How do you draw knees, if I may ask? Like, how do you connect the thighs and the calves? Oh, right. Yeah. I almost said no. I'm allowed to tell you guys. I'm allowed to tell you guys what I'm working on. I just don't. I just refuse to tell you guys because I don't want to tell you guys. Here is a stream where I cover how to draw knees. Where is that? I think it's this one. We do talk about how to draw knees, and so you'll see another stream where we do that, but we can talk about it a little bit on this one too. We'll talk a little bit about about this. Why though? You're saying why don't I tell you guys? Because I know that if I tell you guys what I'm working on, I'm gonna have people coming in my streams and just being like, hey, when is a new season of so and so coming out? Hey, can you give me a little bit of details? And all of a sudden everyone's gonna be asking about it, and then I just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I don't want to deal with that. So just know that when it comes out, I will let you guys let you guys know what I worked on. I'll show you guys all the scenes that I'm allowed to show you guys. And then that'll be, you know, that's it. But for now, for today, and for until then, you will not know anything. I know you were joking, Sedge. That's why I called you out. Don't worry. I know you're joking. All right, but take a look at this, guys. We got here some of the simple forms for the legs, right? Nice and easy, right? Nothing too, I think, complicated. I think this right here, I think a lot of people can do this, to be honest. I think being able to do the mannequins and stuff, adding in the forms for the mannequins, I think this is very doable. Not too complicated, though I do think it does take a little bit of practice. But once you kind of get the hang of doing stuff like this, I feel like you'll be in a much better place to be able to apply anatomy and all the other bells and whistles that we're seeing out here, right? Do I got any beans? Please spill them. I got black beans, pinto beans, red beans, brown beans. We got all kind of beans out here. Thank you for the follow, Don Cage. Welcome in. It's killing me. Do you think that in the future classes, those deleted resources will come back? Do you think that in the future classes those deleted resources will come back? Yes, they will come back, but also if you're subscribed, just a heads up, so the resources are free if you're watching me live, but if you do want access to all of my resources from all of the times I've been teaching, if you subscribe to my stream, you'll actually get access to all of those things out there. Or if you want the Gumroad, you can also just get them on Gumroad as a one-time thing as well. But yes, subscribers actually get access to all the worksheets, all the cheat sheets. I'll show you guys really quick because you're asking about it. But everyone who is subscribed, you'll get access to, you'll basically get access to all the worksheets that we've done here, as well as the PSD files. So you'll get the full layers and everything that I'm doing. You'll also get access to all the cheat sheets that I've made out here. You'll get access to my previous worksheets and cheat sheets as well. And you'll see here some of the fundamental stuff as well. So all the resources and cheat sheets there. Look at all this. So many things to grab. But those are basically available to my subscribers. So if you subscribe, you basically get access to three 30-day courses on my Discord and on my Twitch page. These are courses that I've taught all of last year, covering things like the character fundamentals, character design, and then also how to start building and designing different types of characters. So yeah, if that is something you guys are interested in, highly recommend it. I think it's relatively affordable. But again, if you don't want to subscribe or you can't subscribe at this time, I do offer all of these things also for free. All that I ask is you come and watch me live. If you come and watch me live, I will always have something for you guys to download and use for your own, journey, art journey and stuff. But yeah, there you go. Hopefully that answers some questions there. I always got something. You guys know me. I always give you guys a little something out here, even if it's just a page or two to work off of, Thanks so much for the session, though. Sadly, have to leave. No worries. Appreciate you hanging out here. And again, for those of you coming in for the first time, I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Okay. I also have a gaming channel. I also have a gaming channel out here if you guys want to see me play games. I did my first ever gaming stream yesterday, and it was honestly really fun. Yeah, I have a separate channel for games because I have sponsors and stuff who are only here for my art content, and I don't want to confuse sponsors, but I also don't want to confuse my viewers too. Huh? Oh, shoot. Thank you for the 3 gifted. Tobach. Appreciate that. Really. Thank you so much. And congratulations to Katie Licious Blue 4 and Sashimi. They were how do you show your iPad to show on your feed? I just use a software. I just use a Power Mirror, and it works pretty well, I would say. It gets the job done out here. But thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys contributing out here. The subs and you guys just even watching my streams and sticking around for the ads. Those do help keep my streams monetarily viable and allow me to do what I'm doing out here on Twitch for you guys. So thank you again. Really genuinely do appreciate all the support out here. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, potato. Yeah. How's it going, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, but if you guys are new here, glad to have you guys here. We've been having a good number of follows out here today, so I'm curious to see how, for those of you guys who came here for the first time, how you guys came across my channel. Was it through recommended? Was it through maybe the front page? Was it through, I don't know, through my YouTube channel, perhaps? Let me know how you guys came across my stream. Yeah, how's it going? PvP. Welcome back in. Also, thank you for the sub, Salty Jub. Lean beef, dude. I already put lean beef patty away. Damn. Some people don't even know. People are coming in here like lean beef patty was here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Yeah, she was here, guys. Everybody got to see lean beef patty. But if you guys were not here, I'm sorry, you missed out, okay? I'm kidding. She was not here. There was just her legs. Her legs were here, okay? Her legs were here in spirit and in reference. People are like, damn, baited. Baited stream. What is this? All right, but I'm just gonna be drawing out here the legs and all that stuff, all the little bells and whistles here, just to kind of show you guys how I would draw out this kind of pose here that we have. Again, I'm just kind of piecing in some of the components. I'm not going too crazy on any of these things here. You know, I just want to keep a lot of the legs. I think a lot of drawing good dynamic legs really comes from establishing those basic shapes in the beginning. You can get those basic shapes in, you can really get started on kind of piecing out all the other components there. Oh, recommended, huh? A lot of recommended viewers coming out here. Oh, you came from YouTube. Damn, that's super crazy. Thank you to my YouTube viewers coming in. You just got here. Yeah, Bata, you just showed up one day. Sometimes people tell me, they're like, honestly, I don't know how I ended up here. I was in a deep trance clicking on a bunch of Twitch streams, and then your stream, Kaycem, broke me from this trance. Sometimes I'm like that too. I'll just start clicking on a bunch of streams and I'll catch one stream that just really like holds my attention for like even just a few seconds, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll stay here. Not bad. I like this stream. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, hey. Yo, we just got a raid here. Hello. CNOT Bush. Let me give you a proper shout out here. If you guys don't know who CNOT is, an incredible artist out here on Twitch. Hey. Oh, I gotta type shout out. My bad. Incredible artists out here on Twitch. They do a lot of sculptures and stuff. And so actually a lot of the stuff that we talk about here on my streams, all the 3D forms and visualizing things in perspective, CNOT is basically doing that IRL. They're out here putting these forms to practice, getting the shapes there, focusing on the volume, all the things that I tell you guys are incredibly important. So if you guys want to see a veteran at work, one of the OGs out here on Twitch is doing their craft to the best of their abilities, highly recommend checking out CNOT. Man, I cannot speak enough about how incredible their streams are. They also used to be part of the DA Collective. That's how we got to meet each other. So super cool. Just really nice. They also have dogs. So if you guys, if you guys like dogs on my stream, they too have an Animalia companion that you can see on their stream. But yes, welcome in, everyone who's coming in from CNOT stream. My name is Kaycem, and I'm a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch, and I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, and all things related to character design. I also work full-time in the animation industry for the studio that made Castlevania, and right now prepping to work as a designer on shows like Castlevania, Legend of Korra, and Invincible. Now, if you guys are interested in some free art education, or you're just looking to hang out with my dog who is over there hiding, make sure to leave a follow out here on Twitch, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Today we are covering how to draw dynamic legs. So we're going to be talking about how to pose your character's legs, how to talk a bit about the simple forms. We'll also go over some perspective, and of course the infamous F word. I'm talking about foreshortening, guys. That is right. We're talking about the F word out here. Put an F in the chat if you guys have ever struggled with foreshortening. Show of hands in the chat. Type an F real quick. How many of you guys have struggled with drawing characters and having them move forward in perspective and all that stuff? Because if you have, this is that stream where I'm going to show you guys it's not too bad. It's not too scary. Anybody can do it, all right? With a little bit of practice and a lot less stress, anybody can do it. Let me go see real quick, because there was a message earlier. I'm Salty Jubs, some little gnome from Sweden. How's it going, Salty? I've worked in the TTRPG industry since I was 16. You might know me as the official artist that put big purple. Oh, Cabal? Really? Wait, really? Salty? Really, Salty? You might know me as the official artist for that big purple nerd, Cabal. You know, I kind of want to look like Cabal. I might have to hit you up, Salty. I might. I kind of want to look like Cabal. That's kind of cool. That's super dope. Awesome. Well, glad to have you on here, and everybody else coming in here as well. Welcome in, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stream so far and stuff. And if you guys have any questions, by the way, you guys want to come in here, have any questions for me, please feel free to ask. I'm here not just to show art and stuff. I'm here to you know, talk with you guys and have these type of conversations, whether if it's about my art or just, you know, things in general you might be struggling with. Always happy to have a platform for this kind of space out here. But yes, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Yeah, make me a VTuber. I've been thinking about it. I have a gaming account. I no joke. I no joke have a separate account, guys. Here it is. I have my gaming account where I stream games on Twitch, and I was thinking, man, it would be kind of dope if I made that one a VTuber account, and I just did all the crazy shenanigans like Cabal, you know, like I don't know, it just makes sense. But I'll hit you up. That's super dope, though. Glad to have you on here, and everybody else who's coming in here. Welcome in, Wasabi Cheetah, Jim001, Rena, Thorn the Witch, and everyone else. I know my dog wants attention. He always does this. He wants attention on his terms, not my terms. Here's the thing, I kid you not, once my stream is over and I try to give him attention, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. He's 100% tsundere. I kid you not. Every time he always does this. It's like when I'm live streaming, he's like, please give me attention. Please, please, please. And then when I'm not streaming, he's like, leave me alone. Ah! What a troll. Oh, you did the texture secondary arc animations, merch, and character designs. Oh, that's super cool. I mean, I still need to hit you up. I think that's just super dope. I've been thinking about it, and I'm a big fan of Cabal. I know I only got to get introduced to their stream recently, but you know what? From what I've seen, I like it. I like what I see. The guy's got great energy. He's got a super dope community. You know, I would say his community is on par with the Kaycem crew. You guys are pretty wild, though. Not as culty, but pretty good. We do my dog tuber model. You guys want to see my real high budget VTuber model? I don't know if you guys are ready for this. Okay, look, 3, 2, 1. Yep, that's it. Look at this high budget, baby. Look at how detailed the rendering of the fur on this model. Insane, actual insane out here. Wait. Look, I even put some animation on this. You guys ready for this? Watch this. Ready? Watch this. Watch this crazy animation. Yo, wait, why isn't it moving? Is my animation bugging? Okay, never mind. Okay, it's supposed to move, I swear. Yeah, look, that's how expensive it is. The rigging is so difficult. The rigging of this model is just breaking right now. But yes, no, I don't have any VTuber model or anything like that. But I've thought about it. Not for this stream. I like being able to talk to you guys in person, you know, kind of like this. But on my gaming streams at night, because you could imagine, if you guys didn't know, fun fact, I draw for about I draw for about 12 hours a day, right? And so you could imagine that by the time I stream games at night on my other account, it's like 7 p.m. I'm already super exhausted. I look and feel like a zombie. And so I'd rather have a VTuber model that I can just hide behind and not have to worry that I look like a bum. So, but in the mornings, I'm reasonably presentable. My brain cells are still here. You know, I'm okay. For the most part, I'm alive and well. I'm thriving out here. And thank you guys. Appreciate y'all coming here. Also, Pixie, I see you sneaking in here. Let me give you a shout out, Pixie. There you go. On many YouTubers might be a popular opinion. I mean, some people don't. Some people don't like them. I think there's nothing wrong with VTubers. I know a few. I know a few of them. Not a lot, but I know a decent amount. And I think that's okay. I think everyone's got their reasons why they use a VTuber. I would like one just so that I can hide behind it on days where I don't feel like showing myself. But that's on my other account, not on my main account. Yeah. Thank you for the follows, guys. Natty and everyone else coming in here. So many follows today. Thank you guys for coming in. I hope you guys have been enjoying the stream so far. We have been drawing legs, lots of legs out here today. And you know what? I'm going to speed up here because I think we've basically we've finished this one. I'm just going to speed run. So how about you guys give me like a quick 1 minute to just draw this one out, and then we'll jump into the final pose that we have here today, the most infamous of poses that I've chosen for you guys. Would I go 2D or 3D? I probably would do, oh man, I don't know. That's a tough question. I don't know, to be honest. I think 3D is kind of cool, but not like 3D. I want to make it 3D, but have it look 2D. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a 3D model that moves around like 3-dimensionally, but it looks 2D. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. You need to have visual representation for people of color. It normalizes the creative craft being practiced and perfected by all. Yeah, you know what? That's true. I think if I do make a VTuber, I definitely want to still retain that diversity that I have, because as you guys know, I am 100% proud to tell people on Twitch that I am a Filipino art streamer. I will always rep the Filipino community. I will always rep the Asian community, the Pacific Islander community out here on Twitch, because there's not a lot of us. And I want there to be more representation in that space. So if and when I do decide to do VTuber stuff for my other channel, I still want to be able to represent that and say like, hey, we're out here, we're doing these things. Which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, I'm Filipino. I forgot to mention. Yes, I am Filipino. Sometimes people don't know, they can't tell, which is fair. It's tough. I am mixed, so there is some ambiguity there. Yeah, shout out to my fellow Filipinos out here. You know, I got a rep always. I was actually born, I was born in the Philippines. I was born in Manila, grew up there for a little bit before I moved here to the States. So I live in Los Angeles right now, but yeah. Anyways, guys, I think we're pretty much chilling on this one. Hopefully, this one was kind of fun to see just how I break it down. Again, I try to keep it nice and simple out here. I'm not trying to add too much complexity, especially when I'm drawing something like this, right? You don't have to go too crazy. You can kind of keep it nice and chill, add in some of the details and forms, and then from there, you know, I think really the main component was just establishing those simple gestures at the beginning. If you can lock in those simple basic shapes at the beginning of the drawing, I really feel like that carries the illustration so far, because that's really going to be the main part of the drawing there. And here's a feet real quick. I'm just slapping on the feet, so that way we have a full full drawing to work off of there. All right, cool. So with that being said, let me go ahead and color this one really quick, and then we'll jump right in to doing the final pose, which I think will be the toughest pose. Wait, Pixie, are you also Pacific Islander? Huh. I never asked. I guess I'm curious now. What's your favorite memory of the Philippines? My favorite memory of the Philippines was when my parents would take me to Jollibee for my birthday. If you guys don't know what Jollibee is, it's arguably the best fried chicken place ever, and it's kind of like the unspoken mascot of of the Philippines. Okay, every Filipino loves Jollibee, even if you don't like chicken. But when I was younger, my parents would take me to for my birthdays to Jollibee. And then this giant ass bee, I wish I could explain it to you guys, but this giant bee would just start twerking for your birthday. That's dope. Kinda. It depends. It depends on the visual you're imagining. If you're imagining something that's not super sus and like a wholesome bee and they're doing a little twerk and stuff at a little kid's birthday party, yeah, you can imagine that. If you're thinking something else completely different, that's on you. That's on you for whatever you're imagining. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I remember, it was nice. It was nice and wholesome, and it was a very good core memories growing up. When you see a real Kaycem is a sophomore junior. Oh shoot. Okay. Sure. We'll do that in a bit. Let me just color this one out here. But yes, I do have a dog, guys. My dog is chilling over there in the back. He is sleeping today. Not really sleeping. He's just chilling. But yeah, I got a dog out here, and he's happy to be here, I think. Wholesome twerking for the kid's birthday. Yeah, that's exactly that's exactly it. But yes, welcome in everybody coming in here. You guys are dope. You guys are fun. The energy's been great so far. Thank you so much for coming in on my streams. And yeah, I hope you guys at least have been finding this stream helpful as well too. For those of you who are, new here and you're trying to just see whether or not you like my streams and you're kind of like, man, do I like educational content on Twitch? Maybe you do. You never know, right? There are sometimes people try something new for the first time and you're like, wow, I didn't know I would like watching an educational art stream. But this I can kind of vibe with. I can watch some of this. I can check some of this out. What is this layer? Nothing? There's nothing on this layer? Well, why did I make it? What the heck? Just making random layers now? There you go. And with that being said, guys, I think we've completed this pose. And so we're going to work on one more fun, difficult pose. I swear it won't be super hard, okay? It'll actually be okay. Do not be afraid. I know this is going to look scary. I understand, but we'll do it. We're going to knock it out, okay? Lost in the layers, actually. Nice to watch you stream, learn something new. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. Also, thank you for the follows. Thorn the Witch. Hey, welcome in. Were you from Kaiser's stream? Also, Watch, Tech Games, Wasabi Cheetah. So many follows I missed earlier. Hedgehog, AI, Vapor John, Natty Kos. There was a Korean name that I don't know how to say. Yair, Mickey Tooney, Elo Mino. There's so many. Wait, there's so many follows. Wait, I'm just so lost. The Insomnia Artist, Waxzy, Kay's Cooking, Cajun Bacon. Welcome in, guys. Wacky Zoe. Thank you so much for the follows. What the heck? Really, Kaizen and Marissa are always talking me up. Damn, that's wild. Okay, got bullied for not having enough layers in the industry. Now you're making blank layers to compensate. Yo, why do you guys always call me out like this? And you guys' call outs are always so on point too. Damn. Nah, you're right. You're 100% right. But take a look. Look at these legs. See? Not bad, right? All right, we're going to do one more, guys. Okay, look, I'm going to pause the music for this because this is going to be the most infamous of legs. Okay, if you, okay, look, I'm going to show you these legs. And if you see these legs and you ask yourself, man, how are we going to draw this? Put an F in the chat. All right. Welcome in, by the way, Willow and everyone who's new here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. This is it. This is what we're going to be drawing next. All right. If you're looking at this right now and you're like, Kaycem, why do you do this to us? Why have you forsaken us? Put an F in the chat, because we're going to go over this one right now. We're going to go over this pose. We're going to talk about how to break it down. And yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun, man. Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous from this pose. This is a tough pose. But we're going to do our best, as I always try to say. And let me move these over here to the side now, because we've got these drawings here. Let me actually crop this one out. But we're going to tackle this one right now. And if you guys also want to join in, it's actually not too late to join. You guys, all you have to do is just hop over to my Discord channel. I'll show you guys really quickly for those of you who want to hop in here. Okay, but go to my Discord channel, and on my Discord channel, where is it? Right here. You can actually grab 1, today's worksheet, which is these 3 poses that we're working on. 2, you can grab what we covered last stream, which was how to draw shoes and feet and all the anatomy of that stuff. And then last but not least, or there's 2 more actually. 1, we have here the foreshortening sheet, where I show you guys how to take simple forms and then turn them into more structured parts of the human body. And then here we go is the newest one that I gave you guys, which is the muscular and skeletal anatomy of the legs, which will come in handy today. All right. So again, grab these. They are available while I am live on Twitch. All right. Live on Twitch. If you are watching the YouTube video right now, I'm sorry, it's not going to be up on YouTube. So you got to make sure. Okay. You got to make sure to come in and watch my streams, but I do have a YouTube channel. And thank you for the Prime sub, Sketchy Limp, and for the follows as well, guys. S34N, Giga HZ, Edgar Doodles, Willow, and everyone else coming in here. Yeah, the knees. I love knees. Knees are one of my favorite things to draw when it comes to the legs, because the knees are such a huge component, I think, of the human body. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this pose. This is an insane pose. Where does one even start? Now, I personally think there's a lot of places you can start with drawing a pose like this, but the place that I want to start off with is actually, I want to try starting off here with the pelvis. So we're going to go in here and build out these forms kind of piece by piece. But actually, you know what, even before then, let's take a look at some of the perspective that I'm seeing here. So firstly, I want to lay out the horizon line, which I think is going to be roughly at this pelvic region right here. Okay, so this is going to help us to start to visualize some of the perspective that we're seeing. And then from there, you can kind of imagine here all the way across, like kind of maybe like right here, if we want to do a dynamic pose, is roughly going to be where we're going to be seeing some of the positioning here of the perspective grid, right? So you can imagine if there was a hand right here, this hand is going to go all the way up, and this kind of boxy plane that we have right here will actually help us establish roughly where in perspective this guy is going to be. Okay, so just kind of some rough guidelines to help us visualize these things out and give it a little bit more clarity. Now that we have all this, though, I'm going to put this away just to kind of show you guys what I'm thinking about whenever I'm drawing these kind of things out. But let's go in and let's actually start now laying out the pelvis, right? So I'm going to start visualizing these as kind of rough 3D forms. Right here, I'm going to kind of place in the pelvic region right there. And because I'm putting it right at the horizon line, we're not really going to be seeing too much of the bottom plane here. You can kind of add it if you want to. But again, just kind of keeping it nice and simple. So starting off here with baby steps, visualize the 3D space, visualize some of the forms, and then we'll start worrying about what the heck is going on there with that leg, right? But again, this is, I think, the first initial steps that I like to think about here whenever I'm drawing anything that's this crazy, which arguably I would say this is the craziest pose we've done so far. But let me just scroll through the chat really quick if I missed any messages. Yeah, cool. We need got a lot of people coming in here today. I'm very happy that you guys are coming in. I don't know how you guys ended up here, like what brought you guys here, but you're here now, so thank you. And best of luck is what I'll say on this journey that we're on here today. You guys are in for a treat. This might be one of the harder poses I've given you guys out here on Twitch. Okay, this is a doozy. But now let's kind of talk a little bit about simplifying these poses into basic shapes, right? So we're going to start off here with this first one, which is going to be the leg here. And you can kind of imagine here the leg being this upper leg here being kind of this cylindrical form, right? How does that cylindrical form look like? Where does it go in perspective? And if you can knock this out, adding in all the details on top of all that, I'm telling you, is going to be a lot easier. Now let's go in here and let's throw in a knee joint as well. So we're going to throw in this knee joint right here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, right? We can just kind of keep a basic shape there. And then we're going to go in here from here. Now let's kind of lock in now the lower leg there, right? And so this lower leg is going to be kind of a drastic shift there in perspective. But you can kind of see how already, just from doing these basic cylindrical shapes, we're actually getting a pretty good structure already without doing too much, right? Now I'm going to leave the foot there for later. We're going to work on that foot in a bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize here some of the techniques here of the perspective to showcase here where this leg would be if the leg was raised. Then we're going to kind of bring that down, arch that down, and I'd probably say this leg is going to be kind of like further back here, right? So just using some of the shapes that we've already drawn to kind of give myself a little bit of a landmark to kind of piece out all the other things. Oh shoot, the Kaycem redemption. Ah, I totally forgot about it. Is it somewhere all the way up in the chat? Let me see if I can find it again. Damn, I remember the Kaycem redemption. It's lost in the void. I'll just do this for you. Here we go.
Hey guys, I know there was a Kaycem redemption by Mr. Manfredi. I don't know what he wanted me to say, but welcome in. My name is Kaycem. The other guy over there, his name is Kaycem. He used to be a software engineer, but me, I'm a boss. I'm a big giga chat out here on Twitch. But there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. And sorry again to Mr. Manfredi. Oof.
There you go. That was the message. I forgot it. Okay. There was a message earlier and I just missed it. I'm not going to scroll up. It's too much work. Also, Josh. Yeah, how's it going, Josh? Welcome back in. Let me give you a shout out really quick. So many people coming in here right now. Welcome in, guys. The curls are looking good today. Oh, thank you. Nothing like a little bit of water to get the to get the hair curling, you know. But all right, so we're gonna go in here now. We're gonna talk about the other side, right? And I'm actually gonna cut out a little bit more here on the pelvis, right? Kind of shrink it back a little bit. And again, we're gonna be utilizing some of these basic shapes that we're seeing here, because if you can do this, if you can do the basic shapes that we're covering right now, I'm telling you now, the anatomy is just all the stuff on top, right? So don't worry too much about, oh man, Kaycem, I don't know what's going on here with the hamstrings and the quads and all of that stuff, you know. A lot of hoopla going on there. But yeah, welcome in, guys. Yeah, if you guys don't know who Ergo Josh is, a good buddy of mine. I know you celebrated your birthday recently, Josh. Happy belated birthday. Us Pisces out here gotta stick together. Yo, and hey, how's it going, bots? Welcome in. Yeah, we're doing legs today. Lots of leg poses today. A lot of fun stuff. But here what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of create some of that overlap, right? So really the secret to doing poses like this is making sure we're knocking out there the overlaps of the forms, making sure that we're, you know, not simplifying things in a way that makes it so that it's less confusing, because I really do think that overlapping the forms is really what's going to give us that illusion there of perspective, the illusion of something being foreshortened in the distance, further back, and all of that stuff. And thank you for the follow, F-Stop. Okay, but let's kind of stop right here with this part. So we're now that we've got here the general structure for the legs. Again, we're not focusing on gesture and stuff, or not gesture, all the curvature of the legs just yet. I just kind of want to knock out here this leg. And if you think about it, funny enough, I feel like this leg can almost be like two arms that are stretching out into space. So you can kind of think of it that way as well. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and let's start actually drawing out the legs. And you know what I'm going to do? Here, might as well. I'm going to draw out the rib cage as well too, even though we're not focusing on that today. I'm just going to draw it because he's already here. But I'll focus on just doing the anatomy for the legs. But for those of you guys who want to see it, here you go. I'll show it right here. Remember here that because this part of the body is now below the horizon line, you're going to be seeing here the top portion of these cylinders, right? So make sure you're doing that. But actually, I think because of the way his elbow is bent, this cylinder is actually going to go a little bit like this into space. So you can kind of see that, maybe a little bit even higher up. Okay, but I'll leave the torso there, so that way you guys can kind of see the torso and the arms there. But we'll kind of we'll leave it for another day, maybe when we do more dynamic poses together, which we will definitely do. We're going to do a dedicated stream, or maybe even a few streams, on doing different types of dynamic poses. So for example, doing characters sitting, characters standing, characters jumping. So if these are things that you guys have ever struggled with, highly recommend you leave a follow out here on my stream, because that is exactly what we're going to be covering at some point, probably next week, not this week. I want to go over some basics of perspective first, and then from those basics, I'll talk to you guys about how to actually kind of put those poses in. Okay, all right, but let's go in now. We have here our basic structure, nice and easy. Let's go add in some of the simplified structure for the feet, and then I think we'll be good to go here. Now for the feet here, I think this is actually really interesting, because the feet is going to be comprised, again, we did a stream of this, but the feet is going to be comprised roughly of about five parts. So you have here the tarsals, metatarsals, and phalange, covering basically the kind of components there of the toes and stuff. You have the ankle section there, and then you have the heel in the back. So we're going to try to visualize similarly this structure here of the feet as kind of these three kind of structures, right? So I'm going to go kind of block in here the volume of the heel, like so. All right. Then we're going to kind of bring it up there for the arch, curve that arch up here. Then we're going to have this section right here of the metatarsals right here. And then last but not least, I'm going to just do a simplified structure there for the toes, right? Kind of a simple blocking and form there to kind of get us started. And then from here on the back side, we're going to obviously have some volume that's also going to be wrapping around there. And that's going to connect to that ankle section that we have. Okay, so already we've got here some structure that I think is a little bit better than what we initially had, which was nothing. And this is going to help give us kind of the baseline for getting started here with the drawing. Okay, so I know this looks crazy. It's okay. It'll all come together shortly when we actually start piecing these things out. Now, there are some things you can do. I'll show you guys a few little techniques you can do to hopefully make it also easier to visualize. So let me go ahead and do that too out here. Also, by the way, if you guys are interested in any of the tutorial stuff that you're seeing out here, highly recommend you guys check out my YouTube channel. I have a free art school that I have on my YouTube channel, actually. So all the videos you're seeing here, the 2-hour plus videos, they're full-length tutorials out there, and I'm making them free for everybody who wants to watch them. All that I ask is you like and subscribe on YouTube, and also follow me on Twitch. But the first 5 days of my boot camp are already live and updated over there on YouTube. We're currently on day 19, so you can imagine there's a lot of things we're covering out here. But yeah, make sure to check that out for those of you guys who are interested. Okay, but going back here are some simple things you can do to also help visualize some of the foreshortening that we're seeing here, right? So here you can kind of go like this and add a little bit of cross contour here if you're having a hard time visualizing some of the simplified structure that we have here. Now again, I will be talking a bit more about how I will be kind of piecing these things out, into detail, but these cross contours can really help you kind of start imagining some of the simplified structure if it helps, right? Again, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. When is my book gonna come out? It will be coming out hopefully in June or July. I've been working hard to try to get it done, but I've been so busy. You guys can imagine working a full-time job outside of streaming on Twitch is a lot of work, and I don't have as much time as I like to be able to do stuff, but I am working on a book. Yes. I'm working on it's going to be a digital book too, so it's not like a physical book. Maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll have a book, but we're not there yet. All right, but you can imagine again here, all these cylindrical forms, and these cross contours can really help you with establishing some of the, you know, general structure, but not necessary, right? But now let's go in and let's get into it. Let's get into actually applying here all the muscles. This is my favorite part. I'm excited. I like to watch you. Thank you. Thank you, White Leash. Appreciate that. Always appreciate all the lurkers out here who come in and support my streams. All of you who've been following today as well. Mecha Tangerine, Selhuna, Midnight Faye, and everyone else coming in here. I started drawing just a few months ago, so I just wanted to say that your videos have been helping me out a lot. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate the kind words. I'm so excited to start doing through your videos on YouTube tomorrow. Your art help is such a blessing. Thank you. You guys are super kind. You're actually very nice. Very nice out here. I don't know if it'll be Kindle, guys. I'm going to make it a PDF first, and then we'll see how the PDF goes from there. But okay, let's go in now, and let's start piecing out the actual anatomy of this. Where should we start? Honestly, there's no wrong way to start, but let's maybe start from the core right here, right? So we can add some overlap. So here, I'm going to start piecing in the... Actually, should I ask you guys, do you want me to go over the anatomy, or should we just piece it up? What do you guys think? Are you guys here for anatomy today, or are we chilling? I hope I'm in the right spot. I got recommended Kaycem with the awesome art community by a friend. Oh yeah, I mean, I am an artist. My name is Kaycem. That might be it. Anatomy, you guys are scary. Look. I'm gonna show everybody watching right now, okay? I hope you guys don't regret it. You guys are like, yeah, Kaycem, anatomy. If y'all start saying Kaycem, I'm sorry, I regret it, man. My head hurts. That's on you guys. That's actually on you guys. You're all saying anatomy right now. Don't put the blame on me. Someone later will be like, yo, Kaycem, why you do this? Why are you giving us all this info? That's on you, not on me. Okay, anyways though, let's go ahead and talk about it, okay? Anatomy for sure, cool. So let's start off here with actually the speaking of anatomy, we're gonna talk about the glutes. Look at the glutes. Sheesh. Well, the glutes are wrapping up over here. They're wrapping down on this portion of the pelvis. They're gonna wrap right here as well onto the gluteus medius on this side. And then they're also gonna bring around here the TFL. And this right here is actually gonna be known as the IT band, all right? Yeah, I think you guys will be fine. I'll make it easy for you guys. Don't worry, you know me. I never make anything too crazy out here. But this is going to be basically the IT band right here, and that's going to help kind of establish some of the structure there, some of the shape there of the hip, and that kind of, you know, gives that connection there for the leg, right? Now, I'm going to simplify it because you're not really going to be seeing a lot of the muscle there, so don't worry too much about all the names. More so for those of you who want a little bit of a name dropperoni, okay? But now as we go in here, let's actually talk a little bit about the knees, because I think the knees are actually going to overlap the form here. And so the knees are going to be basically comprised of something called the patella, right? That's going to be this little pentagon shape right here. This patella is super dope. It basically helps kind of keep a few things together, primarily something known as the quad muscles. If you guys have never heard of the quad muscles, this is that, okay? This is the quad muscle is going to be a tendon, which is going to actually connect over here on this side. Like so, and it's going to wrap around here, wrap around the IT band there, like so, okay? So we're getting here some of the shapes, and then here, last but not least, we're going to have actually some of the quad muscle here going back into space. Now, again, whenever you're drawing these things out, you don't actually have to draw out every single muscle group. If anything, I'm only going to be showing you guys a few of the muscles here, just to kind of give you a visual. But I would say the knees are going to be the big one here, because it's going to be an overlapping, protruding form, which I think will start to kind of give some of the shape here for the leg. And thank you for the for all the follows today. Uncommon Gallery, Mochi Mercy, Geisda, and everyone else here. Welcome in. But yeah, let me see here. Also, guys, I do run ads on my stream every hour. One's gonna be running in about 2 minutes or so. So if you do get an ad, thank you again. Appreciate you guys sticking around for the ad break. But now going back in here, I'm going to just wrap around the leg so you can kind of see here the form, how it wraps around. It actually wraps and covers up the portion here of the quads, but it also actually covers up here the glutes on the back and also the hamstring. So the hamstring muscles are basically these muscles right here, which kind of wrap around like so. They kind of tuck underneath the glutes and then they wrap around here. Now, we haven't talked about the calf muscles yet, which you'll see kind of like right here going this way. But the hamstrings basically insert into that section there between the calf muscles and kind of create this pocket there. So you can kind of imagine what's going on there, right? So we have here now the leg structure. Not bad. Let's take a quick look. Wow, Kaycem, look at that. It's got some meat on those bones. See, guys? Not too scary. Hopefully. Not yet at least. We haven't gotten to this portion yet, which I actually think is going to be the hardest part to do. But so far, this stuff right here, not bad. Okay? Anybody can do this with a lot of practice. With a lot of practice and a lot of patience. It's possible. Okay, but let's go in here. Thank you. I know I'm trying to be a voice actor. Yeah. I'm trying my best. I'm sorry. In another life, I could have been a voice actor. In this life, I don't know. I don't think I have a particularly like unique voice or anything like that. I think I have a decent voice. It's like an okay voice. It's not an annoying voice, but I don't think I have the voice of a voice actor. So I don't got that Mark Hamill, you know what I'm saying? One of these days though. Kaycem-chan. Oh, no, stop. We're not doing that. No. I don't want to scare away my viewers. Nah. Living for the voice acting with a voice like that, I would have thought you were a role player. Oh, also Extra Live. Hey, welcome in. Let me leave you a follow. Shout out to my fellow streamers out here. It's funny that you say that actually, because I bought a D&D set for myself for my birthday, and it's one of my, I've never played D&D before, but I thought, you know what better way to celebrate my birthday than to buy D&D. So I bought the 5th edition D&D set, and I'm excited to play that. I don't know when. I don't have time, but I want to. I want to do it. Also, Phil too. Damn, so many people coming out here today. How's it going, Phil? I really do want to play some D&D. But yeah, we've been doing some legs and stuff today for those of you guys who are coming in here. Welcome in. D&D's awesome. Yeah, you know, I've wanted to play for a while. I just never got invited to a session. Just no one ever invited me. I've brought it up casually and be like, "Whoa, you guys play D&D? That's so cool. I've never tried it." And they're like, "Yeah, we're doing a few campaigns here and there." And I'm just like, "Oh, that's cool. You're doing a few campaigns, huh? When do you guys meet?" They didn't get the memo. It's okay. So what did I do? I bought the game myself. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make my own campaign. It's gonna be me. But yeah, no, it was kind of no one got the hints. No one got the memo out here. It's all right. It's whatever. Man, I don't even know. I don't even know what race or class or anything like that. I just know I want to do it. I'm a pleb. Sorry, guys. But I'm gonna wait for the ad break to finish, and then that way I'll talk a little bit more about what's going on here. So let me know, guys, when the ads are done. But I guess you guys wouldn't know because you're in an ad right now. You should try it, especially like Red Dead RP. Oh yeah, Red Dead RP. Yeah. You know what? I'm kind of down. Someone just DM'd me right now. Ah! Jimbo just messaged me. Ayo, Jimbo just said, "Hey, just so you know, I'd be down to do a D&D thing with you since you brought it up on stream." I was talking about you, Jimbo. I'll have you know, I was actually talking about you. You didn't get the memo, Jimbo. Baka. Oh, that's so funny. Thanks, Jimbo. I'll think about it. I'll see. I'll think about it. Maybe. I already got my own thing going, you know, but maybe. I'll think about the invite. Anyways, guys. Oh, man. Anyways, guys, welcome in. I hear that most of you guys are back from the ad break, right? Let me know in the chat if you guys are back, or if you're not back, if you're still in an ad or whatever. I think you guys are back, right? Okay. Cool. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's go speed run on the legs here, and then we'll kind of jump into all of this. Okay. Now, guys, if it's your first time here, by the way, welcome in. Let me give a proper intro for those of you coming in 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? My name is Kaycem, and I'm a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch. I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, and all things related to character design. But on today's stream, we're doing a lot of difficult things like foreshortening, how to draw dynamic leg poses, and all that cool stuff. Now, I also work full-time in the animation industry for the studio that made Castlevania, and I also currently am prepping to work as a designer on shows like Castlevania, Legend of Korra, and Invincible. So if you guys are interested in some free art education, make sure to follow my channel, like and subscribe on YouTube, and then also say hi to my dog. He's over there casually in the corner. But yes, that is my little intro for those of you who are new here. I know there's a good number of you who maybe are coming in here for the first time and stuff. But yeah, welcome in, guys. Glad to have you on here. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you guys might have out here. So yeah. But anyways, let's kind of go in now and let's kind of talk a little bit about the upper leg here, because I basically laid out now the structure. I've laid out the structure here of the lower legs. So let's talk a bit about the structure there of the structure here of the calves. Now, here's what's really cool about the calves, okay? As we kind of wrap around here the forms, notice how these forms are going to actually help overlap. So the knee, the tibia right here, there's a thing called the tibialis anterior that's going to be connecting the muscle here from the outer side of the leg into the inner side. But you're also going to have here the tibial tuberosity, which is going to be this little section right here of the knee, this one right here. And that's going to connect the patella here to the rest of the kneecap. Now, what's interesting about the knee as well is there's going to be some fat pads. So you'll actually see the fat pad right here, one fat pad right here, and you'll see 2 fat pads actually on each side of the knee right here. And these 2 fat pads are actually going to help shape some of that structure of the knee as well. So if you guys are wondering what the heck is going on with all the wrinkliness of the knees, that's going to be some of the fat pads that you're seeing here on the kneecap. It's there. Okay. You can even add a little bit of a line right here as well too, right? Just to kind of help showcase some of the fat there. But that's really up to you and depending on the character that you're working with. But it's fun. You can see, like, once you know it and understand what's going on, you'll actually be able to piece some of these things together. Let's see here. You're Filipino. Yes, I am. I am Filipino, guys. Shout out to my fellow Filipinos in the chat right now. Welcome in. I born in the Philippines, born in Manila, and I moved here in the US. So I'm not in the Philippines anymore. I'm actually in Los Angeles right now for work and stuff. But yeah, can we have the leg with the colored parts next to the sketch to compare? The leg with the colored parts, hold on. Can we have the leg with the colored parts next to the sketch to compare? You mean this? Like you want this drawing? Like you want this sheet? Is that what you're saying? Sorry if I misunderstood. I don't know if I understood that. It kind of skipped my mind there. But we're going to go ahead here. We're going to add some gesture. You can kind of see how it's starting to piece together here. And then right here for all the muscles and stuff, don't worry too much about that. We're going to have here the simplified forms, but you can kind of start seeing here already off the bat, we've done a lot of the work, right? I think he's asking for the anatomy sheet that you have. Oh, okay. That's on my Discord channel. If that's what you're referring to. That's on my Discord channel. There you go. Thank you for the follow, Cool Lord. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speed up here because I don't have too much time left with you guys. So I want to speed up here and make sure we knock this one out. So let me do the leg on the other side really quick, since that way we've already covered both of the legs, the upper legs there. So here, hamstring on this side. All right, guys, I'm going to throw some terms at you. Don't be scared. I'm sorry if it sounds spooky, but here's a hamstring right here. Okay. From that hamstring, that's going to again tuck back right here into this form. On the upper, or on the, I guess the bottom side here of this pose, you're also going to have now the, you're going to have here the, the quad muscles. All right, so the quads are going to kind of bend like so, tuck back in right here, and then taper down all the way to the connection of the knee pad, also again known as the patella, right? So the quads are going to connect to the knee pad at slightly different positions, but for the most part, kind of like a hinge. I wish we had an example of that, but kind of like at a hinge there. And then from there, we're going to go kind of overlap right here, right? Add a bit of overlap there, and that's going to be for the calf muscles there. And so we're going to kind of notice here how we're shaping up some of those cylinders that we drew earlier, right? Shaping up the cylinders, adding in some form and detail, and slowly but surely we're going to get here some overlap, which I think looks a little bit more realistic. A little bit more realistic than when we just had cylinders that we were working with. But this is why I tell you guys that if you can do these cylindrical shapes at the beginning of the stream that we were doing earlier, I feel like that's half the battle, right? Cylindrical shapes really, or not cylindrical shapes, 3D shapes in general. So if you can do all the 3D forms and the 3D shapes, I feel like that's half the battle right there, because if you can do that, that's basically all of what we're doing now, right? All I'm really doing now is I'm just adding in the subtle curvatures and gestures that make it look more human and give it a little bit more flow than what we, previously had before. Hopefully that makes some sense there. I said a lot of words. But yeah, I do hope that makes some sense. Let me know in the chat if that's been helpful so far, of seeing this process and how I break down a crazy pose like this, if that makes any sense to you guys. But now let's go in here and let's also start working on the feet, which I've saved here for the end, because I think the feet are actually the most dynamic of this pose, and also the one that's really the closest to us in perspective, right? So we really want to kind of make sure to tackle this one a little bit carefully here, because I think this will be the selling point of whether or not this pose is actually in perspective. Now, to be able to, I think, do a good foreshortening, it's all about subtle overlaps in the forms. So right here, I'm going to add a little line. Notice this right here, this line right here for the upper portion of the metatarsals of the foot. And I'm going to use that to help establish some structure and form that goes and overlaps the other things that we're seeing here. Right, so we're going to kind of bring that back in here like so. Maybe we'll add here a little bit of a gestural curve there for the base of the foot, right? We'll kind of go back on this side like that. You can kind of see here, wow, look at that. Already the structure is already looking pretty good. We haven't even done much. It's crazy. It's crazy how subtle overlaps can really do a lot. I don't know about you guys. I get excited. I get excited whenever I do dynamic poses like this, because I feel like it's a real testament of how well understanding 3D form can help you establish cool, interesting poses like the ones that we're doing right now. So here's a little bit of that ankle bone right there. And then there's going to be a soft kind of transition right here for the bottom there of the foot as it connects. So we're going to kind of go in here, add a little bit of a subtle overlap there just to kind of showcase a little bit of the line there, right? A little bit of the line there to kind of showcase some overlap, but you don't have to do a lot. Notice how you can do some small pieces here and there. You were a little worried about this pose? Yeah, a little worried. I'm always worried about doing stuff live on stream with you guys, but I think you just kind of have to do it. Do you think being a content creator hinders or slows down your progress? Initially, I thought so, but what's really cool is the type of content that I do is actually educational content. If you guys haven't noticed by now, I teach art on Twitch. And so I think if anything, it's actually helped me out a lot, because it actually forces me to keep practicing and keep improving my skills and trying to get better. When maybe normally I wouldn't have chosen to practice, if that makes any sense. So I'm actually very, very thankful that I teach art on Twitch, and that is the core basis of my content. Which, by the way, if you guys are interested, again, I have a YouTube channel as well where I upload all my content over there. I'm still a baby on YouTube, so please bear with me on that. But we have been growing a lot over there. We almost hit 5K subscribers on YouTube, which I feel like deserves a clap, honestly. You can get some CLAPs in the chat, because a lot of it is you guys coming in and watching my YouTube videos. So thank you so much. But yeah, we almost hit 5K already on Twitch, or not on Twitch, on YouTube. in the span of like 2 months, I would say. So super dope, super awesome to see that there is still a space in the educational section of YouTube, because honestly, I was thinking like, man, what's the point of me uploading onto YouTube when there are so many awesome content creators who are already on there? But I realized that there's not a lot of people who upload long tutorials like what I do. There's a lot of people on YouTube that upload, you know, those 10 minutes, three things you should avoid as an artist, or avoid these 3 mistakes, or 3 easy tips to do these, right? It's like kind of short videos, but there's not a lot of tutorials where it's like long, like here's a 2-hour video, stick around and watch this kind of thing. And so I think that for me is kind of the area that I want to try to address on YouTube, is like, hey, you know what? There are some people who really want to learn, and sometimes those 10-minute videos are only like a small subset of the things that you want to address and actually cover. So that's probably the main reason why I'm on YouTube, is because I know that there are people out there who do want to get a little bit more something in depth, but maybe can't afford, you can't afford going to art school or whatever have you, right? Huh? Oh shoot, thank you for the 5 subs. 5 subs for 5K. Thank you. Appreciate that, White Leash. And everybody, if you got a sub, please show some appreciation, show some thanks out there. Thank you so much. Appreciate the 5 subs out there. Sheesh. Wait, did we already hit the sub goal too? Yo, we even broke the sub goal again. So if you guys didn't know, every 10 subs on my stream actually unlocks a free cheat sheet for everybody watching. So not only do the subs benefit me and those of you who get subs, but also it helps everybody out here, because you guys all get another sheet that you guys can download for free. So I'm going to give you guys this leg anatomy sheet here, which covers the skeletal anatomy, all of this, all of the muscles. Everybody can download this, by the way. Again, it's free to grab on my Discord channel. I'm telling you guys, I want to make art education as free and as accessible as I can, to the point where the multi-billion-dollar art school industry, they're going to be scared. Okay, they're going to be watching out here. They're going to be wondering why every year there's less people signing up for their schools. And it's going to be because we've got communities like this one right here, where there's a lot of generosity, a lot of people here who are eager to learn. And that's all that I ask, right? Be eager to learn, and also be willing to follow my streams and catch me when I'm live. But there you go. Here's another sheet for you guys. This one covers the skeletal anatomy as well as some butt cheek anatomy too. And you can grab all the other ones here as well. There you go. Cool. A lot of good stuff out here. Now, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming out here and joining in. But let's go ahead, and I'm going to speed run a little bit more here, because I want to knock out here. I want to knock out the other foot real quick, and then I think we'll be pretty much good to go for this pose. I think this is overall, I would say, pretty solid. I've never drawn a foot in this position, to be honest with you guys, but it's wild. it's a wild pose. I'm gonna say it now straight up. This is actually a crazy pose. Yo, what the heck? Thank you for the 10 gifted sub from One Tiny Beat. Thank you so much, guys. CLAP's in the chat. Nah, you're a legend. You're actually a legend. Thank you so much, guys. I guess that's another sheet for everyone out here to watch. I'm sorry, my YouTube viewers, you're like, yo, where's my sheets, Kaycem? I'm sorry, YouTube viewers, y'all don't get it today. You got to come watch my live stream. But here you go. Here's another sheet here. I'll give you guys another leg sheet. Okay, this one is gonna cover the lower leg anatomy. I don't think I've given you guys this one yet, so go ahead, hop over here, guys. Make sure to grab this one. It's free to grab on my Discord channel. Here you go. There it is. Another free sheet for the whole community out here to enjoy, practice, and utilize for your own artistic benefit. Damn, community's insane. Thank you so much. Yeah, make sure to join the Discord channel. That's where it all is. I've learned so much from you already, and just seeing how much fun you have while creating is a huge inspiration. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I enjoy what I do out here on Twitch. I've been teaching for, surprisingly, I know I don't look super old, okay? Or maybe I do look very old, but I have been teaching for some time, and I genuinely enjoy teaching and helping other people out. It's like, It's for me one of the most satisfying things to know that I can help other people. I do kind of look old, maybe. Can I ask you something? Back to the Filipino side. Any proposition, something not tourist first choice? I wish I knew. I'm actually planning on visiting the Philippines in December, maybe. I'll see when, if I have the schedule for it. But yeah. I would say the beaches are nice. I'm a very nature kind of person, so I love going to stuff like beaches. I love good food, man. And there's such a abundance of good food whenever you go to another country. So I say, for me, a good vacation is good food, beaches, and that's it. I don't even need to go to the city. I don't need to go check anything else out. I mean, I'm down to go to the city, but I love nature, and I love just kind of relaxing and being away from technology and stuff like that, since that's all I do for work, right? I'm like stuck on a computer and I'm stuck in the city and stuff. So that's all I need. Thank you so much for the sub to Selhuna. Appreciate that. But all right, guys, we've knocked out here this pose. Let me go over it really quick with you guys. But what do you think? For those of you who've been following along, not too bad, right? Once you kind of see the process and see how I kind of break it down, I feel like it's a little bit less scary, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? This is the before and after. Look at that. See? Before and after, right? Start off with those basic shapes. If you can do the cylinders, I kid you guys not. I always say this, but like, if you can do this first step of the cylinders, man, there it is. Beaches. I like beaches. Please. Y'all trying to get me banned on Twitch. I swear, Twitch, we're a normal stream. I'm a regular stream. All right, let me go add some color on here, and I think we'll be good to close this one out here, and this will be a good finished pose. Cancelled. Kaycem's canceled. Look at him. Thank goodness I'm not on the front page today. I'm not on the front page today, right? I hope I'm not. I imagine being on the front page just drawing a zoomed up foot like this. I hope not, man. Imagine this. Twitch is gonna be like, yo, what did we put up here? I think we're chilling today. Thank goodness. It's more like getting a feel for the form for me. I can understand the anatomy, but till I get a good feel for the shapes, I still don't think. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, right? I think it's all about, if you can understand the core shapes, that's really it. That's like the big part of it. Okay. But yeah, for those of you who are coming in here, welcome in. I would love to know how you guys came across my stream. How'd you guys follow my channel? Let me know, because I'm always curious to see how people come in here and what brings them over. What brushes am I using right now? I'm using my own custom brushes. These are all ones that I've made, and you guys can grab them there on my Gumroad if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, interested in brushes and whatnot. I'm going to do one final thing here to really sell this pose, okay? But here is the final thing I'm going to do. Some shadows. Nothing too crazy, but we're going to add them really quick. Just adding here our clipping mask layer. We're going to do this kind of quick shadow section right here. And we're just going to go in here like this. And I'm going to lower the opacity just to kind of give it some shape there. But you can imagine here some shadows. You can kind of go like this. Actually, let's do it... Actually, let's do it the way that the reference has it, so it's a little bit easier to kind of see and visualize. Let me lower this. Okay. Imagine if there was a light source coming in, maybe from the left side right there, right? So just a simple light source, nothing too crazy. Okay, and then we'll do one like right underneath here, kind of a pocket right there. And that should be good. Let's just leave it at that. There you go. Shading. If you do hit the front page, yeah, you know, that's true. There's some strategy, I guess, to this. Okay, guys, but there you go. This is the leg sheet. Now, if you're watching from YouTube, thanks again for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe the video. Wow, man, Kaycem's educational content is kind of chill. It's kind of easy. Not today. Wrong.